Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. A lot has happened this past week. Logan has had his birthday. The United States of America has had its birthday. We've had the day when the Earth is farthest away from the sun in its orbit this year. And now, most importantly, the 49th part of our playthrough of this game. 49. That's as many as 7 sevens. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Oh, wait, I saw a notification. Oh, I guess a Beef Longa TTS is in the works. I just saw a little pop-up on my OBS screen, so I was switching over here to the game. How are you guys doing? I have missed you all. I haven't seen you since like Tuesday. I had to go back and like recap from the VOD what happened in this game before we stopped because I could not remember. Well,
Hey, Daddy-O, it's me, Oko, speaking through the voice of Beef Longa. Happy birthday to you, Logan. We have missed you. Boo.
I've missed all of you too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Oak, for the 50 bits. I should read some of the chat because we're just starting and I'm already behind. Oak was here bright and early saying, Longa! I was having a bad day until Longa stream arrived. Then Quick Kitty says, howdy. Magpie says, caw. Magpie flying in. I'm playing with Lego again, disassembling some of my Animal Crossing sets so it fits on my shelf better and reusing some parts for other designs. Nice. You're like a super creative. I always want to say Lego maniac, but what was the thing that the term they used in the Lego movie, like a master builder or something like that? I feel like master builder is a little too close to something dirty sounding, but I hope it's going well. Bumbo says, hello, happy late, question mark, birthday? I mean, it's a few days late, but this is the first stream since then, so it counts. Thank you, Bumbo. How are all of you? Oh, Queen Katie, Magpie, Bumbo. Over on YouTube, we already got some people talking there. Valtube is saying, hi, everyone. Hi, Valtube. Toby is saying, hi, Valtube. Valtube says, hi, Toby. Toby says, it's time to find out what happened in that case 7 times 7 years ago. That's what we need. The next game, it needs to be something that happened 49 years ago. Toshi says, hi, Logan. Okay, hang on. Now that Toshi's here, I gotta show you guys something. This is important. This is very important. So, I don't know if you guys saw, but Toby made like some birthday fan art for me on posted on Discord. So let me see if I can pop this up onto the... I'm gonna use the clip viewer to see if I can load this up. It might be a little bit off center. There it is, look at that! It's like me as Edgeworth. Toshi just made that. That is so good. Look at like all the shading and the chess pieces and everything. And the Eureka! Thank you, Toby. I said, I think on Discord, I need to show this off on stream. I was just kind of blown away by it. Wait, did I say, yeah, it's Toshi who did that, right? Did I say that right? I hope I'm not getting names mixed up. Let's see, Valtube says, happy birthday, Logan. Thank you. Thanatos says, hello. Hi, Thanatos said, oh, it was your birthday? Was on Thursday. Said, happy late birthday. Thank you so much, Thanatos. Toby says, happy late birthday, Logan. Thank you. Crap, I got to click back into the Twitch chat as well. Let's see. Queen Katie said, working on pizza party drawing for spoiler chat. Oh, is that because we're getting to a thing tonight, possibly? Vero said, dude, I missed streams. Vero, I hope that if you go back and watch the VODs of the streams you missed, that you see how many times, unprompted, unsolicited, all of us in chat, myself included, just mentioned that we miss you. How you doing, Vero? Vero, check this out. Look what I got for. I know I posted a picture. Look what I got for my birthday. I got a new Transformer. I got the lights on top of my monitor are in the way. I got a new Transformer. I haven't opened it yet. I'm trying to like save it. I opened the other one, the 2-pack I got, but I haven't opened that yet. How you do, Vero? Oak says, Vero. Vero says, hey, friends. Quiggin said, I'm sorry, 49? This is part 49. Quiggin said, we're almost at 50. Wouldn't it be great if my birthday had happened on, like, 50? Vera said, almost happy 50th episode. And Bubba does, quote, 500. Said, yeah, we just need to lay into this guy here. And Bubba said that it's almost a 10th of our quote amount. Quiggin said, don't worry, Logan, I have a spoiler clip for the exact moment you're about to see in a few seconds. Okay, well, let's load up the game and try to recap where we left off last time, because apparently we are on the cusp of something important happening. So last time we finished up the simulation of the SS5, that's the right number, right? SS5 incident? And we investigated everything. And the big thing that we gleaned was this right here, that there was a second murder, that of course the body of all down was moved, and there was a blood stain that was underneath him that I think everybody had just assumed, well, obviously that's his blood. There's a dead guy and he's laying in a pool of blood. It must have come from the dead guy. But we have determined that it is someone else's blood. And also we've tied it to the fact that there was a fire nearby. And so I don't know if we think somebody died in the fire, or they're saying like a kid set the fire and the kid went missing, so it might be a kid's blood. I still think the kid is going to be somebody that we know now grown up. The kid might very well be. I still suspect that the mastermind is, where is she? I think Tabby Lloyd is the mastermind. I still like my theory that it was Sean, but we seem to be going away from that story. So I think the mastermind is Tabby Lloyd. She's 20, so she would have been like 8 years old when that happened. That's like optimal orphanage age. It was 8 years old. I think it's when Bruce Wayne lost his parents. So she didn't lose her parents, otherwise she would have become Batman. She'd already lost her parents. She lost her orphanage. I don't know. I don't know what happened exactly. So that's why she becomes a bad guy. Lose your parents, become Batman. Lose your orphanage, become a villain, I think. So we're going to see what happens. So apparently we're on the cusp, according to Queen Katie, of a spoiler thing. Let me read just one or two more comments, though, because I see Eglin saying, hi, Eglin, how you doing? Eglin, did you see the little comic that Ray made in the Discord for my birthday? I think it was a day or two before my birthday when I was buying the birthday cake. It featured Mantis, and it's like your design of Mantis, and it's so adorable. Queen Katie said, it's from last stream. Oh, it's from last stream. Hang on, I need a sip of water, by the way. I'm thirsty already. After dinner tonight, I ate another big old piece of leftover birthday cake. And I don't know if you guys saw the picture I posted on Discord. The cake is about this thick, and the frosting is about just as thick. So I'm gonna have a stomachache tonight. I'm probably gonna be in a horrible state. But we should probably play a little bit of the game, and then I'll read some more in the chat. But okay, not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two. You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But whose? Who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. We have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. This clearly shows that something else happened that night. Okay. So something else happened that night. So what do we have? Because I believe, I could be wrong, I think that we got to this point by presenting the blood on the ground. So it could be the fire, if we had evidence of the fire. But let's check everything first, though, because we got the fire. One of the children said the orphanage yard on fire is a prank sometime during the... Okay, but that might not prove it, because that still claims it's a prank. But that shows something else was happening. The blood victim was stuck in the head and died around 1 a.m. Oh, here we go. The blood left on the scene after the murder 12 years ago. The blood wasn't all downs. Maybe it's this again? We got the child's drawing a pic. Oh, you know what? It depicts what he saw the night of the incident, because we see Body Harm Mechanus on this. So it's not just Excelsius Winner and Fifi Lagarde. Crap, it's one of these. It's one of those three things. It's either the fire showing that a fire happened, but again, it still calls it a prank. It's the blood, but I think we already presented. Let's try the drawing, because I think that is showing someone, because this is something else happened. That's all he said. Something else happened, and this is showing a known assassin at the scene of the crime. We just loaded, so we can save scum this. So let's try and present.
Take that!
Hey, I think we got it! Excelsius Winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murder in darkness. But there was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. For those who weren't here last time, that is a drawing that we found that a kid made of, like, an eyewitness kid. Some kid at the orphanage. Probably dead now. They don't leave witnesses. Thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. Oh man, so does this mean I could have presented the fire because we're talking about the fire now? Maybe I was overthinking it. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. Oh, but that was the thing we found out, that the fire happened after the blood was splattered. So like the evidence I think claimed to happen earlier in the day, that was what it was, that it happened like after blood was spilt. So it's probably that either the kid set the fire afterward, or the kid didn't set the fire afterward. The kid witnessed something happen, and then afterward a fire was set, probably burning a child alive, because this is the type of game that burns children to death. But why would Chairman Winner wish to erase him from the record? Is this going to be the same fire where he got his skull scar on his chin? Because he saw something that he should not have. That's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. The picture my father kept. It's gonna be that Canis is doing the crime of petting the dog. And the dog, wait, crap. What's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, that's probably his lower jaw. I thought that was like an extra fifth leg. Is he biting Excelsius Winter? So that's what's happening. The dog is biting Excelsius Winter. I should read some. Wait, no, that's right. That's not Excelsius. That's the president. I keep forgetting. That's the president. I am sorry. I get confused. He's got a beard. You should never have more than one character with a beard in a game. I am beard blind. You know, some people are face blind. If two people have beards, I can't tell them apart. If I'm like a police homicide officer or whatever, and I have to shoot 1 or 2 people and they got beards, I will probably shoot the wrong one. I should read some more in the chat though, now that we're making some progress. We've pretended that we play the game so I can read some chat. Vera says, do we get to sing the happy birthday song? I mean, you all can. I feel like I shouldn't, but if Weedle gets here, somebody please alert me, because Weedle's birthday was just before mine, and I think I forgot to have a sing happy birthday to him last Tuesday. So if Weedle gets here, we got to sing happy late birthday to Weedle, okay? I mean, you all are allowed to sing happy birthday, but I don't want to have a repeat of what I was talking about when I was in elementary school, of having to sing in front of the class because I had a summer birthday and the teacher wanted me to wish myself a happy birthday in January. Oak says, I don't know if we sing the birthday song today or on the birthday stream. Well, how would you guys do that? Should I like go into the VC on the birthday stream, which by the way is going to be a week from today, and just have you all log in and sing happy birthday audibly?
What if me and Crystal had beards? Who would you shoot?
I mean, I'd prefer not to shoot either of you because you're both awesome. I love you both, but
You won't shoot both. That's the most effective way in that scenario. 100% chance of shooting the right guy. Just also a 100% chance of shooting the wrong guy, which are acceptable odds. Boo.
Thank you for the 10 bits. So it was once again, Taviro, I'd prefer not to shoot either of you. But if I had to shoot one of you, I wouldn't know which I'm shooting because I wouldn't be able to tell you apart. And Oak, you sound like when people are playing Among Us and like 2 people like, I saw this person that killed somebody, that's your event or whatever, that's the imposter. And there's like, no, that person must be the imposter trying to frame me. And the solution is always vent both of them. Vent one, call another emergency meeting, vent the other, and then, or not vent, air vent, airlock, that's the right word, airlock them both. And so yeah, pragmatic, but not very happy. Let me take a quick look over at YouTube again. Toshi saying, I'm glad you like it. I did. That was awesome. That was so nice of you. Toshi, again, thank you. Valtube says, I just played the first Ace Attorney game for the first time. I've only watched it on gameplays before. Okay, how did it feel playing it, actually controlling Phoenix Wright? Valtube says, also, I'm watching the Ace Attorney Takarazuka musicals. Oh, are the live stage ones? We saw one of them. We had a Discord movie night one time watching them. And I was surprised because it had like a song at one point. And Gumshoe was always breakdancing whenever he had the opportunity. Thanato says, what's with Excelsius and antagonizing kids? First K, then his own son, now that kid. That's how you know he's a bad guy.
Glad to finally return
Hey!
only to get shot apparently.
Wait, do you have a beard? Did you grow a beard? How are you doing, Shadow? Welcome. Thank you so much for the 15 bits. That's like an extra 5. I got a bonus nickel. How are you doing? I mean, here's the thing. If you have a beard, don't tell me, because apparently I'm gonna accidentally shoot you. I don't want to, but it's gonna happen. We should probably play some more of the game. I'll be back to the chat here in a second, even though I think I only read like 4 comments on Twitch. The picture my father kept. I think we can all agree that the president is on, that's the president on the right-hand side. Yeah, sorry, I kept saying Excelsius. It's Wang, or Wong, however you want to say it. And that's the Taurosaurus toy in his hand. But who's that standing across from him? Do we not know? Wait, is Bodyhar Mechanus in my court record? Oh, he is. Okay, he's just there. Why is he? I think this is the first we've mentioned him. This should be obvious to anybody. A blind ex-assassin who escaped from prison 3 nights ago. Oh, that's right, because we did find out he escaped. His whereabouts are currently unknown. Never mind, I guess we mentioned him. I just forgot because this is such a long case. Eastern robes and a black dog. That can only be Bodyar Canis. That's kind of racist, Mr. Edgeworth. It's an African-American dog. Or it's an African Japanifornian dog. Why, the creepy assassin guy? But the dog is a good boy. He's a good boy. And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can think of only one thing. That's right. It wasn't a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. Huh?
Canis is like the Lancer of Ace Attorney Investigations too.
He's just, does that mean that we have like a little Canis in our pocket the whole time? A tiny little Bodyar Mechanus? Slowly possibly turning into a statue or something? It's been so long since I played Chapter 2 of Deltarune. I'm trying to remember what actually happened to Lancer in the pocket. But yes, I accept that headcanon, Vero. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. Okay, so here's the question. Was it a failed assassination against the president, or was it a successful one and he has been replaced by somebody? Because Lang talked about how after this happened, the president was completely different. He was a changed man after that. He was cowardly, he was cold to Lang's family, and also we saw him when he deflated and turned into like a weird blubbery sort of guy. So I'm not sure it's the same person. Maybe they did. They're at an orphanage. They just killed a president. They're like, crap, we need somebody to pretend to be a president. They quickly adopt a bunch of kids, shove them inside of the coat. That's why he looks so muscly a lot of the time. It's like that, and why it could change into fat is because it's like, it's kids. But that also means there's a pile of dead kids now where he got squished. But you know what? This game apparently is killing kids today. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Oak said, because his birthday is more recent today. Magpie says, Master Builder is actually a real title among Lego builders. They're professionals. Okay, why do I want to say Lego Maniac for some reason? But okay, I'm learning about the Lego community. Eglin says, my wisdom teeth surgery is tomorrow, so I got to remind myself to stop eating or drinking anything at like 9. Yes, please do, because that's for the anesthesia, right? Because otherwise you might vomit and aspirate and it can be really dangerous. So make sure that you follow those instructions, Eglin. But then after when your gums and everything recover, then if I have any leftover birthday cake that's not stale, you can have some. There's gonna be leftover. I'm trying to eat this. It's a Sam's Club sheet cake. Do you guys have Sam's Club where you live? It's like Costco, but made by Walmart. And it's huge, but it's so good. Oak says, wow. Bumbo says, nice. Quickie says, giving you all the luck with that. May you have much peace afterwards, lol, because I can imagine being so zoned out as heck. That was to Eglin, by the way. And then Oak says, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft because Nora got in Minecraft and we did a special Minecraft stream, and I'm trying to do all the lame stuff off stream. Is all the lame stuff like building up and acquiring the materials? Crystal says, Lurk! Cat died last night. Expected it since he's old. 9 years old, almost 10, so yeah. May he enjoy per heaven. I am so sorry, Crystal. I am so sorry. Because like pets, they're like part of the family. Yes, Lurk all you need to. If there's anything we can do to like cheer you up, please let us know. I'm so sorry. Even if you expect it. Because like my old cat had developed chronic kidney disease and we did everything we could. And eventually the vet was like, it's just a matter of time. And it was still so sad when it happened. I'm so sorry, Crystal. I'm sorry. Let me read some more over on YouTube. There's a couple more comments. Valtube says, I'm not talking about the brack dancing gumshoe stage plays. The Tara Razuka musicals are a completely different thing. Okay, I didn't know there was a different thing, so I might have to look this up. Taka Razuka. I'll try to remember that. Thank you. Jose says, hi, how you doing, Jose? Toshi says, thanks. Now see the kids shaped like a president in my nightmare. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a nightmare. It could be a delightful, whimsical dream about kids impersonating a president and then being murdered. Moving on. Okay, it was an assassination. Aye. Oh, wait, no, what's he saying? Ayah! Oh, a new CG of the two of them, and he is lighting his beard on fire. Yeah, this should have been a clue. This facial expression that he is evil. He looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan. And Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winter were. Yes, I think they were complicit. More than complicit, in fact. Well, yeah, because, like, Canis is just a hired assassin. So they're his clients? One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Olddown was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought it to be at all. Hang on, I need a sip of water already. Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? Okay, so it is like Edgeworth is suggesting it happened. So yeah, it's a fake that's been here since then. But we should be able to like compare his blood, right? I hope we're not gonna do twins for like the third time in this franchise. We only found his body this morning. Is he frozen like Artie Frost was?
Dude, they're trying to be the Yatagarasu so bad. Remember that one art of the Yatagarasu team? It's so similar to this.
The Yatagarasu. Yeah, the Yatagarasu team. Sorry, the way TTS Girl said that was funny. Except, I mean, it's a neat parallel in the sense that now we're doing the opposite. Like, not opposite, like the team, but like they're evil. We had the Yatagarasu who were like good, noble, gentlemen thieves. And now we have like evil conspiracy of people. So they kind of are, yeah. But think of the 10 bits. But I gotta ask, like, are we gonna say that his body was frozen just like Artie Frost? Because we had that happen. That would be a little bit cheap. It's like, well, it happened already earlier. Why not again? I mean, maybe that's what the yellow on his chest is. Residue of flavored ice from being frozen. He was alive and well until just recently. Yeah, we even met him. Time travel? Indeed. So we have a president killed 12 years ago and a president killed in the last 48 hours. 2 presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. There has never in the history of the world been 2 presidents. There's only ever been 1. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be 2 presidents. I'm gonna save because I feel like Edgeworth is gonna make me present something and I don't know what it's gonna be. And I'm very worried that it's gonna be something that's gonna make me feel dumb. So let's just say here. Gotta stagger our saves. In fact, that would explain a lot. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zhangfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. The president Agent Lang spoke of was a noble and capable leader. The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. It really did seem as if they were 2 completely different people. But how could one country have 2 presidents? What could explain a situation like that? This is how it was possible for there to be 2 presidents. They were twins. One was a body double. It was a mistaken identity. Okay. Oh, and we have the opportunity to save again right here. It's nice when it does that. I feel like it only sometimes does that. I don't want it to be twins. I am going to guess body double. I mean, it could be mistaken identity, but that I don't want it to be a coincidence. So we're gonna say one was a body double. Because you probably have that, right? If it's like, you know, someone to distract, like an assassin's coming, get the guy who looks like me out there. So we'll say that it's a body double. Who then just like took over afterward because he failed. Because his boss got killed. One of the two was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. A body double? President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Zhangfa, a figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years, such as the one at Gourd Lake only a few days ago. Oh, a poll has appeared. We have a Twitch poll that is up. Let's see what it is. This Twitch poll says, how many frozen victims can we get away with in one game? The options are, this is bullcrap. The second option is just one. We don't need more. Next is at least two. Next is there's always a third party. And then the final one is cryo freeze everyone. You know, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. Cryo freeze everyone. It's like that meme audio. What is it where it's like, well, at first I was going to buy one, but then I figured it'd be lonely, so I had to buy another. And, you know, if I had two, I might as well get a third to round it out. And then if I got three, and I don't know how the audio goes. I don't have it like memorized, but it's for making it so you just buy more and more of pets, of toys, of things like that. I should read some more in the chat though. Queen Katie said, if not tonight, the next stream would be death. The special spoiler clip moment. Oak said, I'm so sorry, Crystal. I hope you're okay. Hug to Crystal. Vera says, yeah. Queen Katie said, it's like at the end of the current guide page, so cross his fingers. Oak said, Super Saiyan 5 incident. Vera says, Crystal, I'm sorry for your loss, broken heart. Queen Katie said, also, the spoiler clip I'm about to post is a little bit, not the special moment I was alluding to, but I did have to download and edit it because Twitch curse. I'm sorry. Oak with an ad quote, that's like optimal orphanage age. Vera says 8 years old is the optimal orphanage. See? Is Magpie still here? You're a Batman fan. You can agree with me. You can back me up, right? Eglin said, I did. I love the Little Mantis comic. It was so fun. I love the third panel where it's like, can you put extemporaneous name and profile picture on there? And I'm just thinking in the background, it's like, yeah, we love extemporaneous. It was so cute. I loved it. Atlantic saying, hey, laughing can't spell hey, right? How you doing, Atlantic? So good to see you. Okay, let's play a little more. I'm slowly getting caught up there. Sip water, back into the game. Such as the one at Gourd Lake only a few days ago. It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts. But that doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president. Not without proof. Do we have any proof that there was more than one president? Okay, well, you're not even asking me yes or no, you're making me. Okay, so we gotta find proof that there's more than one president. What do we got? Oh, what's that?
39, 39, 39, 39, 39, 39.
Do you know what that means in Japanese? That means thank you. 39 means thank you because, like, when you say it, one of the words for 3 is san, and one of the words for 9 is Q, so you say it together, sankyu, sankyu, and so it sounds like you're saying thank you, and so they use that in like text for short. So you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're like, no, I gotta thank you. 39, 39, 39, 39. Tiff, how you doing? I don't think we've seen Gumshoe yet tonight, but thank you so much for re-upping this sub. 39 months. You are well on your way to a 5th subscription, baby. Thank you, Tiff. How are you? My voice is doing weird cracking stuff already. I'm just so excited to see all of you. I've missed you guys since Tuesday. The poll is done. Cryo Freeze everyone is the one with 86% of the vote. Crystal contributing 10 channel points. But again, thank you, Tiff. Thank you, thank you. How are you? I should take a look over on YouTube again. Jax, how you doing, Jax? Says, perchance. Okay, that's not the full sentence because you can't just say perchance. You guys have all seen that Mario thing, right? Jack says, perchance the president was a robot. If killed, he could be rebuilt. No. Also, I wish you a happy birthday some comments ago, Logan. Oh, did I miss that? Let me scroll up. Oh, I did miss it. I'm sorry. Where you said happy late birthday. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. The way that I have the YouTube chat set up isn't quite as efficient as the way that I have the Twitch chat set up, and so this isn't the first time it's happened recently. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jax. And unfortunately, as Vero and I both learned from Transformers, robots can die, and sometimes they can be rebuilt, sometimes not.
Speaking of the Mandy's voice, I genuinely realized that I grew accustomed to your voices over the canon voices, that I genuinely felt disappointment when I heard canon metaphor voices. Not out of hate for the voice actors, but I expected Galacet to say good job canonically.
Thank you so much. As long as that their voices you like, I feel bad if I've like ruined Maya Fey for any of you here. But thank you so much, Vero. It's weird for me sometimes, like hearing Bobby Fulbright's canon voice, because somebody had posted some little clip of him saying something from like a Dual Destinies promo video that Capcom made, and it's so weird to me because he sounds like a kind of a dumb jock sort of a guy. So thank you so much, Vero. That makes me happy. That should be the voice of Mantis also in All Things, like in that comic. Mantis, should that be, or should that only be Metaphor Mantis voice? Opinions over on YouTube saying hi. Said, wait, when was your birthday? It was Thursday. It was Thursday. The entire country celebrated my birthday one day late with fireworks and parades. Hey, hey. So I still got plenty of cake if anybody wants some, and Transformers to play with. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, I need to figure out what evidence this is. And thank you again, Tiff, for re-upping the sub and viewer for the 10 bits. Do we have any proof that there was more than one president? Okay, so what do we got? A letter written by an unknown person claiming to be K. Site of the underground auctions. There is an entrance to the 51st floor on the roof. Latest in the series, after a 12-year hiatus, Torosaurus first recorded. Wait, hang on. If the real president died 12 years ago, that means that the president that was working on the movie wasn't really Sean's father, because that was the big revelation last time, that the President Wang was Sean's biological dad. And that would also explain why he was wanting to be on the movie. He wants to spend time with his son, but he's just a body double for it. Okay, let's keep going here. The concrete was broken, the earth exposed. Did Excelsius winner dig up the ransom money? Cause of death crushing. Time of death April 5th, approximately 11 p.m. Modeled on the first generation Torosaurus. Just like crap, this is gonna take so long because we got 4 pages of this. Seems like it fell off the roof of the onset production trailer last night. Belonged to President Wang. It can record and playback sound. Photo taken yesterday. No monster footprints and no body were visible at that point. Combination lock for the front gate was left untouched. Shows President Wang and Judge Gavel arriving on the roof of the big building. There's no footage of the president leaving the elevator or riding the elevator down to leave. I mean, probably that involves him, but I don't think that's evidence that there was more than one of him. Ms. Hart's statement was on the 51st floor of the storeroom the night before, didn't see the president pass through. Parked in front of the big building, driver is nowhere to be found. Filmed yesterday evening, shows Sean rehearsing by a monster footprint. Excelsius winner wore these when digging up the monster footprints. Case info related to an incident from 18 years ago. Oh, okay, that's IS-7, so that probably doesn't relate to this. Unless it is like Artie Frost's kid who was the body... No, that wouldn't make any sense timeline-wise. Report on Knight. Report from Warden Lagarde to Chairman Winner about the connection between Knight and Canis. Is this going to mention anything here? You're right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondence chess games with. Well, now we all know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow, and I'll make sure and I'll make that worm admit he's Canis' lackey if it's the last thing I do. For people who hired Canis, they seem really antagonistic, hostile toward him. So do you Batul retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago? I'm sure it's still right in front of the plant where we left it. That doesn't seem to prove it. Pocket chess set and a ring found in the safe in the auction room. A person on the red raincoat planted this inside case Yatagarasu pin. Recording of signals that were intercepted in the bug that was planted in case pin. A bouquet of lion lilies given to President Wang by Judge Gavel, recovered from the top of his body by Sean. We can't even examine those. So maybe that, if it's like he didn't recognize, but we don't have any proof he didn't recognize it. Used on both Kane and Sean during their kidnapping, brand name 3Zs. A 12-year-old incident in which President Wang was kidnapped and the sole witness was murdered. Let's see if there's something in here that suggests there was 2 Wangs. It's very unlikely that you would have 2 Wangs. Most of the time, you're only going to have 1 Wang. But in rare occasions, it's possible you could have 2 Wangs. I don't know, consult a doctor. Occurred on February 10th, 12 years ago. President of Zhangfa was kidnapped and ransomed for $100 million. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by DeLong Lang. Wait, president's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by DeLong. That's got to be important. So maybe it's going to be this. Prosecutor in charge, Excelsius winner, suspect Fifi Lagarde. President Wang was supposed to meet Amelie Fen at the orphanage at midnight. Witness... All Fall Down was murdered, his body moved, and a photograph of a kidnapped. So, Cypher! Rated with a party of 3! Vero or Crystal, I don't know if Crystal is still lurking or not. Would one of you be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Cypher while I figured, oh, there we go. Oh, it's P5X, so I'm not going to look at it. Because in case there's like visual spoilers here. But I'll you check that out. how was your stream? What were you streaming? Let me scroll and see. You were playing a P5R. Nice. Well, if there's anyone new that I haven't met yet from Cypher's Raid, I'll do a quick introduction. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We took a couple days off this week because my birthday and the 4th of July, but we're back to the regular schedule. As I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays. Right now, we're alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. We are in the final parts of both games. Like, we'll probably be finishing these games within the next couple of weeks. So if you're planning on playing either and you need to avoid spoilers, I totally understand. I'd love to have you stick around. Also, I read every comment in chat. I'm just always behind. So let me scroll down to where the raid happened so I can see if anybody is saying hi and say hi to people before I scroll back up. Then after I figure out what evidence to present here, I will read some more in the chat. Oh, there we go. There's the raid. Quick said, oh, maybe Logan is smart. Maybe. I hope so. I feel like it's got to be this thing, so I think I'm close, huh?
Sharks have 2 wangs. In One Piece, Oda confirmed that Arlong and all other shark fishermen have 2 wangs. Oda also likes to confirm that devil fruits always affect their wing.
Oh yeah, I think you've mentioned that before.
Separate, etc. Boo.
Ah, yes, you mentioned that part before. Thank you so much for the 10 bits. So sharks, isn't there there's other things, like is it echidnas that have weird ones? I know like turtles are supposed to have like disproportionately gigantic ones, or maybe that's tortoises. But I'm talking about President Wang. Clearly, that was not an innuendo or a dirty joke. Thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. Cypher says, Cypher Raid! Scroll down. Oh, first time chatter! Imagine 1143. Imagine! Saying, yo, how you doing, Imagine? Welcome. I hope you enjoyed Cypher's stream. I'd love to have you stick around, but again, if you got to avoid spoilers, or if you're just like, I only like Persona 5, sorry, not into Ace Attorney or whatever, that's fine. But thank you for being here. Imagine. Cypher says, that is the same clip from last raid, bruh. I know, and I tried not to look at it either. I saw it was P5X because I'm trying, because I still haven't decided if I'm going to play it or not. I'm trying to avoid like spoilers, because sometimes it'll be like, you'll see a character and you don't know if the character's going to join the party and joins the party. It could be simple stuff like that. But I hope you had fun playing and streaming tonight. Vera says, I wrote July 6th in that. Wait, huh? I'm guessing this is probably reference to stuff that I skipped over since I scrolled to the bottom. Cypher said, it was just grinding my 6th playthrough. I cannot imagine the dedication it takes to do that many playthroughs of that long of a game. Vera said, whoopsie, Imagine! Thank you so much for the follow! I don't know what I've done to deserve that follow, but I appreciate it, so thank you. I hope you enjoy your time here. Here, I don't know if anyone's done this already, but let me post this into the chat. Here's a link tree that has all of our socials. It's got like a Discord invite link. No pressure if you're not into Discord. We have a small community, but some really awesome people, as well as TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the stuff. Feel free to check it out if you want, or not. It's up to you. Again, no pressure. But thank you for the follow. Vera saying, whoopsie. Then Vera said, wait, it is July 6th. It is today. Says, I forget time difference. Exist! How you doing? I don't know if you came in earlier because I scrolled to the bottom for the raid. How you doing, Exist? So I keep forgetting what day it is since my latest show closed and I lost all semblance of a schedule. That happened to me. That's what like the entire pandemic lockdown was for me. I couldn't keep track of any days because there was nothing going on during the day that I could do. Vera said, I'm a day ahead, so I always get lost with my schedule. I'm back and we're talking about, let's say Wang's. Tiff used a different word. Oh, Dick Gumshoe. That I can say. Yes. And Vera says, I missed Gumshoe. Hopefully he'll show up. Oh, and another first-time chatter for the raid. The Demon_King12. How you doing, Demon King? Saying, yo, I was brought in by Cypher. Welcome. The same welcomes that I gave to Imagine apply to you. I hope you enjoy your stay. If you need to take off to avoid spoilers, or if you're not into Ace Attorney, feel free, but we'd love to have you stick around. How are you? Vera says, welcome in. Quickita says, oh yeah, Logan, note about the first Palace boss in P5X. You have to get Pro Tag to level 30, which is also your rank like in Genshin to unlock fighting the boss. Hope this helps your decision. That's for the Subway Slammer, right? I knew he was powerful, but I didn't know that he had, like, you level locked. Wow, Subway Slammer. I think we need a crossover game. Subway Slammer versus Subway Surfer. I mean, it's easy enough. You just replace the cop chasing after the kid with a Subway Slammer mid-slam pose trying to catch you. And then if he catches up to you, you get slammed. Queen said, I literally had to grind out experience just to do that boss. That doesn't sound fun. Tiff said to Queen Katie, speaking of P5X, how far are you into so far? Queen Katie said, just about to start second arc, haven't found the next palace yet. And Eglin says, trying to chug a last Coca-Cola before my alarm goes off to stop consuming things. Enjoy it, savor it. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Can you have carbonated beverages with your stitches afterward? I know that I limitations after I had my wisdom teeth out, and Imagine said, wait, you're onto something. Oh, Subway Slammer versus Subway Surfers. Exist says, I'm doing good, finished my 3rd year of college. And first, after transferring to my current uni, and I just finished a run of Carrie with my theater company, was an understudy for one of the leads. But yeah,
I haven't played P5X either BC, it's like 70 gigabytes, but are you planning to romance the Subway Slammer? I can't imagine any Persona game wouldn't have romance options, and I can't imagine they would ever leave out the Subway Slammer from romance.
Now, is it because you think you can fix him? You can fix his slamming ways, or you're just into getting slammed? And because you know what, if it's like consensual slamming, that's fine. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. Yeah, Exist was saying, but yeah, right now I mostly have theater going on because summer. Well, I hope you're enjoying that, and congratulations on getting to understudy for one of the leads in Carrie. Tiff said to Queen Katie, I'm in the 2nd palace right now, so no spoilers on it, but I like the design. Okay, there, so I caught up to chat after the raid. I'll scroll back up to where I left off. I'm gonna play a little bit. Oh, and there any new over on YouTube? Opinion says, happy birthday! Mine was yesterday. Please don't do the birthday song thing. Okay, we won't do the birthday song. I'm not allowed. I'm thinking it, though. I'm thinking it, Opinion. That song is going through my noggin right now for you. I'm not gonna do it because you asked, but you know, it is the type of thing that if we were at a restaurant, I'd secretly still tell the waiter, and they'd bring you out like a piece of cake and some ice cream, and they'd sing you. I guess they could sing the actual happy birthday song now, because for the longest time restaurants couldn't, because that song was copyrighted, and they would do like, it's your birthday, woo-wee, yay, it's your birthday. Are you straight or are you gay? Really inappropriate question to ask somebody you just met, but they, you know, restaurants, was what happens when you go to Applebee's. Okay, back to what I was doing here. I've scrolled back up, so again, Raiders, Imagine, Demon King, if you're still here, we'd love to have you. I will eventually get caught up to where I was, but I am quite a bit behind in chat. Okay, so what are we doing? President Wayne was supposed to meet Amelie Fenn at the orphanage at midnight when his all-file down was murdered and his body moved, and a photograph of a kidnapping staged occurred on February 10th, 12 years ago. President Zhangfa, the same thing as before. So it's got to be this. President's presence at embassy until midnight was confirmed, but he was supposed to meet her at midnight, but he didn't show up. Is it this? I feel like it's this, but let's check everything else first just to be sure. One of the children set the orphanage yard on fire as a prank sometime during the evening before the incident. Victim was struck in the head and died at around 1 a.m. Okay, so that's after midnight. On February 10th. So, but his presence was confirmed at the embassy until midnight. How far away is the embassy? Clutched in Aldown's right hand, staged photograph taken after Aldown was killed. Message left on Rosie Ringer's phone detailing what Aldown saw. Rosie, me, guess you're asleep already. I want to hear at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason. There's another. Dang it, the lights went out. I can't quite see, but it looked like he was being kidnapped. Anyway, probably nothing, but I thought I'd let you know. Died. Not actually Aldown's shoes. They appear to have been placed on his feet by the culprit after the murder took place. Left on the scene of the murder 12 years ago, the blood wasn't Aldown's. And again, this blood, if this has got to be the president's blood. And it was after, the fire happened after this. So it's either going to be the blood, but it doesn't mention the fire stuff. So I don't know if we can do it. Let's try presenting this. I think we just saved, right? So we'll be able to save scum if we're wrong. Let's try presenting this.
Take that!
I don't think he's noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Oh, yeah, we got it! Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. In Amelie Fenn's recording, she asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight, but it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. Oh, it's that! Oh, Batmanon! Gifted a sub to Queen Katie. I didn't realize that your sub had expired. Congratulations, Queen Katie. Thank you, Batmanon. Or if it's someone, a reasonable facsimile impersonating Batmanon, because I know some people, Oak, like to do that sometime. Thank you so much, Batmanon! That's 2 subs in one night. Question for you guys. Should I, when we have the birthday / 1K Twitch follower celebration, a week from today, next Sunday, because that's what a week from today is. There's a new feature that Twitch has where you can activate a discount on gifted subs. I think it's like groups. Like if you do 5, you get like 35% off or something like that. Should I do that for the birthday celebration? Batman on, should I do that? Because I do need to raise funds for the upgrades my computer needs in order to run Windows 11. Should I do that on the birthday stream? Let me know if I should. Thank you so much, Batman on! Once we get some background music, I will read some more in the chat. Let me have another sip of water, and then we'll play some more. But it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. How come? Because he was supposedly still at the embassy with your father, Agent Lang. Do we still have that picture of his father? When did Agent Lang's father die? Could the father have been the body double? I feel like his father looked kind of like the president. So yeah, maybe Agent Lang's dad was the double? I mean, because we've got to tie it in some, I guess it could just be some random double, but it'd be more like dramatic if it's somebody that we've at least referenced at some point in this, right? So, he had noticed. The only way he could have been in two places at once is if there were two of him. Ow! So the real president, that was the one who died 12 years ago? I think it might have been. But why? And who? Who would have hired Canis to murder the president? In order to figure that out, we'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. Okay, let's save, because I feel like we've got multiples of that. Recently would be the photo, right? But there's also the cards from K, huh?
What if? Hear me out on this.
Okay.
A fake family member channeling his dad.
You know, okay, yes. Here's the thing. Vero, yes, thank you. It has been a matter of court record that the Karain channeling technique exists and can really channel ghosts. At this point in the series, that has happened during trials, been accepted as evidence. Why is Maya Fey not like the most I mean, I know why. No DL6 incident, but I mean, one little oopsie daisy do doesn't mean that you completely throw the ghost baby out with the ghost bathwater. I'm just saying. Okay, let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Eglin says, I'm so glad that dumb little sweater vest got on. I love it. Quickly said, I will say this, though, Logan. This spoiler clip was clipped right when I was chatting with Oak about said spoiler, and you called it in the middle of that conversation. I was very dead from the... Oh, so I guessed right. Okay. Oak said, yeah, that was insane. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Quigita said, lol, I was about to make fun of Logan thinking it was chairman and winner. Lol. Quigita says, add quote, I am beard blind. Crystal adds a quote, and then adds the other quote about optimal orphanage age. Crystal says, why are we shooting the mods? I don't know. Ask Vero. Vero decided it. Vera said, Crystal, I gotta get shot. It'll leave a cool scar. Maybe I never saw a gun in my life. Oh, so you don't want to be killed. You just want a scar. I feel like no, I would say a knife would be better. That's still, you're gonna get infected. Maybe you could get a scar from like really bad acne. So just eat really greasy food and like smear it on your face or something. Oak says, Logan forgot the word for vote. Wait, what did I say instead? Crystal says, at least shoot me in my arm so I have an excuse to have battle scars. Vera said, I call dibs on a cool scar. Crystal said, oh, there's where Shadow came in again. Good to see you. Crystal says, but is it on the arm or a different body part? Vera said, I want a forehead scar. Well, then you can both have. You can be scar buddies. And Vera says, pocket Canis. Oak says, I'm just making farms and enchanting. Says, I know there's the meme of I did a little mining off camera and then have maxed everything but low-key. I don't think anyone would enjoy watching me build a zombie piglin farm and AFK getting EXP and enchanting for 3 hours. Well, it depends on what you talk about, I guess. You know, maybe you're providing amazing commentary on pop culture. I don't know. Said Vera was like the only one who was there. So Vera, if we do another Minecraft stream and you see me in full max netherite, it's because I did a bit of mining off camera. And I see over on YouTube, Opinion says thank you. That's right, Opinion. But next year, if you're like still watching the streams, I hope you are. Next year, if it's your birthday and you don't in time tell me not to sing to you, I'm gonna sing to you. I'm gonna sing to you. Okay, let's play a little bit more here. We'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. The fake evidence. What was it again? So we got two, because we got the forged letter, but since he said recently, it's gotta be the this one. That this was a staged photograph taken after Aldown was killed. I don't have the save button, so let's just trust that I know what I'm doing.
Take that!
The picture taken with Mr. Alldown's camera was staged sometime after his murder. And he was placed on top of the bloodstain that already existed, and so if that was the president's blood, the president was already dead. So whoever was impersonating the president had to have already been there. So it obviously can't be whoever was in the coat with the gun. I was about to say maybe it could be Canis? That one of his secret assassination skills is impersonating? But he's been in the prison for all these years. Unless he's just been, like, leaving prison willy-nilly to moonlight as the president. But he did escape 3 days ago, and that would allow him to, at least this time, impersonate the president. So maybe it's not even... Maybe there are multiple body doubles. But yeah, maybe the dead person is Body Harma Canis? Disguised as the president? I feel like he did not do a good job. Because it would probably be pretty easy for people to figure out that he's blind. Like anytime you hand him like someone's like, here, read this executive order you're about to sign or something like that. And he'd be like, well, do you have it in Braille? And they're like, that's odd that he'd want Braille, but okay. Like you'd catch on eventually. The picture taken with Mr. Alldown's camera was staged sometime after his murder. And Mr. Alldown was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. So, who is the president? That's it, that's in quotes. I didn't do it like Fender does it. In the staged photograph. The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. Hang on. I gotta do something here. I gotta do something. This is important. This is important. Let me see if I can... Oh, come on. Let me do this. There we go. Hang on. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Okay, that joke is already old. There we go. Put myself back up there. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. And Excelsius winner and Fifi Lagarde helped him do it. That is like a pretty intimidating photo of the president back there. His eyes shrouded in shadow, the harsh lines on his face, and a really impressive frown. Not so fast! Wait! You don't even have a body to support your theory. It was burned. There would be bones. There'd be bones. You couldn't have like crematorium level. And even if you did, I don't know if you guys realize this, because like in urns, it's always like really fine powder. In crematorium, there are chunks of bone. Are you telling me it magically disappeared? Objection! No. In fact, we know exactly where it wound up. Okay, hang on. I don't know that, so I'm gonna save. I don't know where the body wound up. And Edgeworth is gonna be sad if I say the wrong thing. The president's body was here the whole time. Oh, that's what they buried. It wasn't ransom money, it was the body. I just saved. I'm gonna trust my instinct, because maybe I'll cycle through and I'll realize, oh, there's something else. I'm gonna try this. I wanna try this. Let's see if that's what he dug up. The concrete was broken, the earth exposed it. Excelsius winner to get the ransom money. No, it's the body. Ah, yeah! Chairman Winner dug something up last night. Something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean? That's right. The real president's body. I think it's highly likely, anyway. So, are we going to say that it was cryogenically frozen underground in a freezer? And then he dug it up and then he left it there to make it look like he was killed? I feel like there'd be signs. There'd be like a wet puddle around him, right? So does that mean I'm confused. I need to think about this. I'm going to read some more comments in the chat while my brain tries to process this. Let's see. Eglin says, I love Sam's Club. It was my favorite place to go with my parents as a kid since they owned a restaurant and always needed bulk stuff. It's great for getting cheap stuff in bulk. The downside with Sam's Club, I don't know if it's like this for every Sam's Club, but the one that I go to, I borrow off of like a family member's Sam's Club membership, but because I can't afford that. The dairy section is all messed up because they used to have like all the gallons of milk in like a freezer, like you normally do. Not a freezer, but like a refrigerator. You open up the door, you reach and get it. Now they just have like a slightly air-conditioned room with pallets of milk just sitting there. And anytime, like I tried a couple of times, I've gotten milk from Sam's Club, it has been sour because it's just sitting out. And it's like, yeah, this room's a little bit chilly, but it's not like a walk-in refrigerator. So I hate it. I hate that. The rest of Sam's is great. The cake is fantastic. Crystal says, don't worry, Logan, just listening to the stream makes it better. I'm glad that if that helps, Crystal. But again, our heart goes out to you. I'm sorry for your loss with your cat. Oak says, we love you, Crystal. We do. I hope you know that you mean a lot to us, Crystal. Oak said, also, I made the lava chicken farm from the Minecraft movie. Magpie says, Magpie, I'm here. Around 7 to 9 is, in fact, where Bruce is usually orphaned, though pointedly, he's never in an orphanage. That's right, because he was lucky enough to have an Alfred Pennyworth, although he didn't initially. Like the early Golden Age comics, if I remember, he was like raised by an uncle or something like that, because Alfred didn't exist early on. He was like later brought in. And now you got like Absolute Batman, where his mom's alive, which is weird. And a poll has appeared. Who is your favorite president? President Wang. Community member Castle. Oh, I like Castle. Ravage from Transformers. Wait, Ravage is a president? My mean cat Dahlia, or Sans Deltarune. Oh, so specifically the one from Deltarune. I am going to vote for community member Castle. Cause like if you're a rook on a chessboard, or as Rukov would say, a rook, then you can like switch places with the king, who's like a president, kinda. So I think, and it's called castling. So there. Chess reference, and this is an Edgeworth reference because he likes the chess. He likes the chess, but not the chest. He doesn't. He sees girls and he thinks it's icky. But okay. Oh, and there's again where Tiff re-upped the sub. Thank you again so much, Tiff. Let me take a look over at YouTube. Toshi says, perfect. Just perfect. Jack says, that was beautiful, Logan. Oh, the little queen thing. Well, thank you. Crystal says, what's up, YouTube chat? How are y'all today? Jack says, hello, Crystal. Crystal says, hello, hello. And then, thank you. Oh, thank you, Logan. A little heart. Oh, and little hearts are appearing from the chat. I love it when YouTube does that. It's like real-time people noticing me or something. Oh, there's a bunch more. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. You guys are nice. Okay, sip of water. Back in the game. Then I'll read some more of the chat in a little bit. But again, I feel like there's two possibilities. One is that the body that he dug up, he just dug up and disposed of it somehow. It's somewhere else. I don't know, because the body was buried there. It's rotting, it's skeleton, whatever. But we already had a case where we established, in fact, does the, I gotta check, does the IS-7 incident case file, it's not gonna mention that the body was frozen, right? Because this was before all this happened, right? But yeah, so, I mean, it's possible maybe because if Excelsius Winter was involved in the cover, well, no, except because he didn't know that the body was frozen. Like, yeah, the only way that the body that we found could be the body that was dug up would be if the body was preserved much like Artie Frost's body was. Otherwise, the body was just dug up and taken away, disposed of in some other way, but it would be like really, really decayed. I think it's more interesting if the body was preserved, but also kind of strains credibility that happened twice in the same week. Oh, and the poll is done. Sans Deltarune won with 64% of the vote, but they're not quite nice. And Exist contributing 50 channel points. All right, let's keep going here. That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyway. But if that is the old body preserved, that means the body double isn't necessarily dead and could still be out there somewhere. What? A single drop of sweat. The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that construction is due to start here sometime soon. So maybe that's why he had like the concrete as well. He was trying to hide the bones in the concrete. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. the shooting of the movie and the recovery of the president's remains. Yeah, I guess once they started digging the place up, they'd have found him pretty quick, huh? Agent Lang, we need to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again. Yeah, I guess we do. If there was a body under one of them, there should be trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, give me somebody from forensics. Oh, and I forgot the Fender and Francisco. We're back here. We're still just doing the whole, lots of friends, except you, Tabby. Look at you smiling. With your hands in your pockets. You're a mastermind. You're evil. Or it could be you, Sean. I hope it's you, but it's going to be Tabby. Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Traces of human remains were found in the dirt, along with other signs of a body having been buried. The other signs are poo. Because, like, you poo when you die. Ah, so it really was him. Bones were also recovered from the home of Excelsius. Oh, okay, so it's not frozen, so we've not... Okay, so there were bones. Did Eustace not know this? Did he, like, just assume they were from, like, eating ribs? Did they eat the body's ribs? No, it would have gone bad. A human probably goes bad 18 years later. The physique looks to be about right, and the dental and medical records are a match. Well, that's more important than the physique. It's him, no doubt about it. So, as suspected, the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. Okay, so yeah, so this is a new murder. New murder. I'll read some more in the chat. Oak is saying Tiff. Vera says Tiff. Krista says thank you. Tiff says thank you. Krista says yum. Tiff says no gumshoe yet. Guess I'll leave JK. Oh no, he was there in the group chat. Wait, wasn't he? I think he was there in the group chat. I should have dwelled on it longer. Krista says to Tiff, nar. Vera says, oh, that was TTS. Tiff says the Maya treatment. Logan's sport voice. Wait, Logan's sport? Logan's sport voice is her canon voice. Logan Sport. That's a term now. Vera said the Mantis voice is canon to me. Tiff says Logan, parentheses, wife typo? Oh, so it wasn't supposed to be Logan Sport? It's not Logan Sport? Crystal says Logan's Maya voice is canon voice. Vera said Logan Sport. That's Jock Logan in another universe. You guys want some trivia about that old Valentine's stream when I had the character that was based on a basketball, that was supposed to be like a basketball player? I think I named him Woodrow because there was one time I was cast in a play, and it was at the theater that I perform with. They do a lot of original plays, and the guy who was writing it and was going to be directing it asked me specifically to audition because he was basing a character in it off of a character I had played in an improv game one time. I played this like kind of goth kid. And he's like, yeah, so in fact, he gave him the same name as the character that I gave in the improv scene. And it was like very obviously named, like it was the character for the end. And so I'm like, oh, cool. I know who I'm going to end up playing. So I show up, and instead he cast me as a different character. He cast me as a basketball player named Woody. And so I played Woody the basketball player. And so that's why I named him Woodrow. But it was fun. Like at first I couldn't figure out, cause like, I don't know what the deal with this character is. Then I eventually decided, no, Woody's whole thing is that he's just obsessed with his coach and just hero worships him. And then I had so much fun because there'd be a bit where like the coach is on stage, he's like, Woody, get in here. And the script says they're running him, says, I'm right here, coach. And I'm like, that's boring. So he says, get in here. So I run and I get my face like right over. It's like, I am here, coach. I am here. Whatever you need, I am here for you. I will do whatever you need, coach. And so I just had a lot of fun with that. It was good times. There's a bit where there was like a musical number where everybody's standing in line. We're all supposed to like put our hands like that and put them like on the back of the shoulders, the person next to us, and kind of dance. And so when I did that, the coach is next to me, so I did it like that. Hands go there, and immediately started giving him like a shoulder massage, and the coach is like, oh, stop that. So it was fun. It was fun. Anyway, I gotta stop talking about that. We should play some game. Let me check over. Oh crap, there's more chatting on YouTube as well. I should read the YouTube comments. Where did I leave off? Toshi says, hello, Crystal. Crystal says, hello, Toshi. Toshi says, we're happy you're here. Crystal with some hearts. Jack says, for sure. Crystal says, where's Penny Nichols' broken heart? I know, I'm brokenhearted too. But did you see a post on Discord? The algorithm online showed me Penny Nichols fan art, which means I gotta hurry up and finish this game because the algorithm now knows that I like this game and I don't want it to show me spoilers on accident. Crystal says, we need more gumshoe crumbs. Crystal says, Logan Sports? I think it was just singular, right? It was just Logan Sport. I don't know why. Crystal says, confess your secret. Oh, that's right. Guys. We got to talk about this real quick. We'll be back to the game in just a moment. So for those who didn't see on Discord, for the birthday celebration stream coming up next week, I have three Google Forms available on Discord. So one is for Hear Me Out. So we've co-opted the old confessions form. So you go in there and list your weird Hear Me Outs, and I'm going to do some fun with them on that stream. Another is for posting video clips for a You Laugh, You Lose. Please no DMCA audio. Make sure it's DMCA safe. We're going to have Crystal and Nora are going to review everything to make sure it is. And the third one is to write a fake dating app bio for me. Now, we've only had like 3 entries for that one, so if we don't have enough entries, we might not be able to do something terribly fun. But it's so funny because like 2 of them were fake dating app bios, but one of them was so sweet. Whoever it was, you're so nice, was like giving legitimate, like actual dating app advice. It's like, hang in there, Logan, you'll get it. It's like, it's so sweet. It's like, I wanted like a fake, like, I get it, because it's not like a real thing. I'm not actually like making a real dating app profile. I don't know, maybe I should use it for one. But whoever it was, thank you. But no, just fake dating, like to read them on stream and to laugh about them, you know? Anyway. How are we already over an hour into the stream? We've done nothing, except goof off, but I love you guys. I'm so happy to see you all. I missed you this week. It was so weird going so many days without a stream because I had 2 in a row canceled for my birthday and for the 4th of July. So, as suspected, the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was, in fact, a homicide. Since Fender's here, maybe Fender was doing the air quotes for him. Monster footprint data updated in my organizer. The concrete was broken and the earth exposed after Excelsius Winter dug up President Wang's corpse. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? The case has taken so many twists and turns. Starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps we should summarize our findings just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Okay, good. Normally I'd be like, game, don't do this, but no, I need this. I need this. Good idea. Let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim? To meet his infant son. What if Amelie Fen actually did it with the body double, and that really was Sean's bio dad? Because maybe he had a body double before this. That guy was apparently ready for the photograph. You know. The footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Alldown seem likely to have actually been made by the president upon his arrival. Oh, because they were big feet. They were very large shoes. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin Body Armor Caddis. That's so sad. I mean, is he Caddis's father too? How old is Body Armor Caddis? Maybe he's fathered a lot of children. He's like doing a Genghis Khan type of thing. He's age question mark. I think he's Caddis's dad. Caddis was an orphan. I'm headcanoning it. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time, only to... Indeed, but at least with Mr. Caddis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. I guess professional respect. But then, after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Alldown's murder. Yes, it seems he witnessed a key moment in the evening's proceedings. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers... Oh, C for culprit, I thought that the C was misspelling kidnappers. Took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the sight that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. Okay, so he saw them dragging the body off. Did they have shovels? How long would that have taken to bury a body outside an orphanage? Yeah, they should be surprised that only one kid saw them. I still, like, they've got to tie this in to the children of Artie Frost and Carmelo Gusso. At least Artie Frost's kid. I hope that his kid is at the orphanage. Far enough away.
I thought you were gonna actually make a Tinder account, so I wanted to have at least one entry be genuine as to not sabotage you. Now I know you have a lot of potential to start small talks because you have so many fun quirks at your disposal and you're genuinely a fun guy.
Oh, so was that you that submitted the genuine advice? Thank you. That was so sweet of you. Because I read it, I'm like, this is so nice. Someone is genuinely trying to help me. And okay, here's a question. If I did make a real dating app profile and use the joke bio, just as for funsies, for humor sake, what dating app should I use though? I feel like I wouldn't want to use Tinder. I mean, you could use Bumble, I guess, or what's the other one that people, Hinge? Is that I don't know. I tried dating apps years ago. I told you about the disastrous attempts at that.
Use Grindr.
No, I need to find a girl.
Boo.
Ah! No Grindr. It's got to be an app where there are girls who like guys. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, both Oak and Vero. I appreciate it. I'll read some more of the chat in a minute. But we got to play a little bit here. I got to trick our beloved lurkers out there into thinking that I actually spend time playing the game instead of just yapping it up with chat. Far enough away that he believed that he was seeing that what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Alldown. I mean, how do we know it was the body double that well, I guess the body double wouldn't have been seen carrying away the body. Okay. I feel like we're still making a bit of a logical leap here. Could have been 4 or 5 people involved, who knows? Leading to our unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who is plotting to replace the president. So it was the body double who moved Mr. Alldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. So that person had much smaller feet then. Because there was the other line of footprints that went to it and away that were small. But then also the one of the 2 murderer people, probably Fifi Lagarde would have had to get outside the gate somehow for that picture. So maybe it was her footprint. Maybe he murdered the person, left the body, and then Fifi Lagarde came down, grabbed it, posed. I don't know, I'm confused. But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna save. Because the game's gonna make me do something I'm probably too dumb for. I'm gonna read some more in the chat though. Tiff says, everything sucks and I'm done typing. I'm gonna get some food, BRB. I'm sorry for the typo, Tiff. You're awesome though. Enjoy your food, see you when you get back. Crystal says, get him foods. Vera said, I'm laughing too much over Logan Sport being out there. Please, someone make him canon in the Logan Robo universe. Oh, so that's a name. I thought it was a thing. Like Logan Sport. So it's a person? Vera says, Munchwell Tiff exists. Says, hey y'all, there's where exist came in. Oh, and it's the emote of that, the raccoon dancing in the circle thing. I never was able to find the original version of that video. I tried looking for it and all I could find were copies. Vera says, to exist, welcome in. Oak said, screenshotting this to ensure that I add this to the wiki later. Vera said, oh, please, laughing. Vera said, Beef Longa became canon out of a typo, so why not Logan Sport? Vera said, me when the people who hire a killer are antagonistic. Quigator said, do yell potato if needed, Logan. I have the very item. Please pin if able. So I figured that out, but I might still need it at some point. Have we reached the point where you had your spoiler clip incoming? There was the Cypher raid, so I can scroll down a little bit because I read a bunch of this. Scroll down. And there we go. I think that's where I left off, right about there. All right, now we'll play some more. Oh, wait, no, I should check over on YouTube as well. And Crystal has posted the links over on YouTube. Thank you, Crystal. Toshi says, gotta appreciate the forensic finding the president's bones and confirming the identity in 5 seconds. At least that was a bit more realistic because it faded down and then faded back up. Then in the first chapter where Gumshoe was like, I'll get right on it. Pew, pew, back with the results. That was a bit too cartoony. That was Gumshoe was turning into Bugs Bunny a little bit. Let's see, and then Krista posting the other links, and Jack says, I don't know if it's just me, but the quality took a major dip. I don't know, I'm looking on my end, it says I have an excellent connection with YouTube right now. It's possible. Let me know if it happens again. And Crystal says, YouTube does that. I'm sorry, but we should play some more now. Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. Okay, hang on. A trick of footprints? It's gonna be the shoes, right? Not actually all down shoes. They appear to have been placed on his feet by the culprit after the murder took place. It could be that? So... But... it's probably gonna be that. I'm not sure exactly how that happens, but let's go with it. What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints? The shoes?
Take that!
What if the president's double moved Mr. Alldown's body like this? After killing Mr. Alldown, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. What was he? Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Oh, are we gonna say that he stepped in the footprints? But then his feet would be big, or maybe it's like a Sideshow Bob type of a thing. He has small feet in big shoes. Meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real president, that's like dedication. I feel like most body doubles would be like, they're the same style of shoes, but they fit me. Of course, he would have been the same shape and size. It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how, okay, so he did it, all right, so that doesn't talk about the other set of footprints. That takes care of that. So that's how it all went down. I'm so glad we finally figured it out. Why? But there's still one thing. I don't get, just only one thing I do not get. How do magnets work? How do they know which pole the other magnet has facing? How? How do they know whether to push or pull? They're just rocks. There is what? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Because the whole thing was probably, if the body double was a co-conspirator and was on the way there anyway, the whole thing was not just to kill the president. The whole thing was to take over a country, basically. To kill the president and replace him. Although, yeah, why stage it as a kidnapping? Oh, you know what it is? It's because of the phone call to Rosie Ringer. Because if it wasn't for that, they'd just be able to say, all right, you're the president now. But because of Rosie Ringer's thing, it's like, crap, he said, I think I'm seeing a kidnapping, and so we need to make it into an actual kidnapping so it'll be less suspicious. Mr. Alldown had seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Ms. Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message, so they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true, by staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. It's still so weird to me that his hand is behind there. I want that to be important. Exactly. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. I'm going to read some more in the chat because I miss you guys. I miss you guys already. I miss you all. Vera says, if a gacha got romance, that means romance options increased with every waifu that gets released. That is true, but okay, here's a downside to that. How do you know if you've got the best waifu then? Because you don't know, maybe there's going to be another one that'll come out later that'll be like even better than the one you have. But I guess that's true in like real life. You commit to someone, you don't know who you're going to meet in the future. So just commit to your waifu. Eglin said, no carbonated drinks after wisdom teeth. I'm stuck to water, juice, and smoothies for a while. Can you have milkshakes? For some reason, I seem to recall drinking a lot of milkshakes after my wisdom teeth were out, and I had to pick a shirt that basically was going to be sort of worthless and get ruined because when I try to drink, I'd have some of it like dribbling out of my mouth for like the first day or so. Exist says, oh yeah, I'm going to get into a big headliner reel soon for a band I've wanted to see for a while. Oh, what band? Eglin said, dang, I just realized the day that I have the surgery, my mom is probably gonna make me, take me to my favorite restaurant. I won't be able to eat like half the things there. No, I'm sorry. I would say you can take takeout, but it probably will go bad before you'll be able to eat it. Eglin says, can't have crab rangoon. Hang on, I need to find out what crab rangoon is. Crab rangoon. I honestly don't know what that is. Crab rangoon is a popular appetizer consisting of wontons filled with a creamy mixture, often featuring crab meat, only often, and cream cheese, and that are then fried or baked until crispy. Okay, so they're little wontons with crab and cream cheese. Nice. Vera says, Batman on. Quickie says, well, thank you, Batman on. Oak says, Batman on. Exit says, heck yeah, Batman on. Oak says, hey, I don't have the money to do that right now. Well, then thank you, genuine, authentic Batman on. Crystal says, Batman on. Vera says, I wish channeling was more utilized. Queen Gator said, chat, I need one more topic idea for the pizza party. You like real toppings, like sausage? Or could it be like are you topping with characters? Put penny nickels on the pizza? Kind of a penny nickels topping? Over on YouTube, Jack says, I don't know if it's, oh, I already read that. I'm sorry, I already read that. I'll have a sip of water, pretend I didn't start to read the same thing over, and we'll play some more. Exactly. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. She's the one in the trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? The two of them would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. Oh, so we're gonna say that he walked backwards in the footprints again, and that she walked on the other side of the central planter around and back, and it's the fact that someone had walked back in, it would be someone who lives there at the orphanage? The body double could have put his feet in the real president's footprints as he did before. Oh, so the other set of footprints were hers! The ones we originally thought belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winner, in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. And that explains how the so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination.
I'm going to see Baby Metal.
Hey!
A rock band that's been one of my favorites lately.
I know of Baby Metal. I'm not cool with music, but I'm cool enough to know Baby Metal. I don't like the names of any of their songs, but I've seen like clips of them. That's awesome. In fact, I remember seeing something about how there was like some like really respected heavy metal musician who was like, yeah, Baby Metal's awesome. They're fantastic. I can't remember who it was like defending them, I think on like Twitter or something, from people saying, that's so cool. I hope you have a blast. Again, I've never like listened to a full album of theirs, but every now and then I'll hear like a bit of a song, and it's really cool. So good on you, exist. That sounds like that's gonna be fun. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Hang on. Vera said to Queen Katie, my new cat. She deserves it. Queen Katie said, your cat on a pizza? Eglin said, okay, counterpoint, my FA will get accused for no reason. Yes. But then Phoenix will get involved, and then Phoenix and Edgeworth can have a little flirting in the courtroom action. Vera says, yeah, Fidelio is on there already. Well, you can't have both a cat and a dog. Unless they'll get along. Do you think Fidelio would get along with a cat? Oh, you know, I bet Fidelio would be a nice dog. Quiggy said, do you have a ping of your cat? And Vera says to Eglin, like God intended. And then Vera said, sure, let me make one. And Eglin said, gotta brush my teeth real quick to discourage myself from eating. Good plan. Vera says, wait, is Nora here? I haven't seen Nora yet tonight. Maybe since then, because I don't know how far behind I am. There's Castle! Better question, who isn't the president? I know, I'm not. When I was a kid, my dad made me promise to never run for president. True story. It was like weird at the time, but you know, as an adult paying attention to politics, I can get it now. Vera said, Castle, you're onto something. We are all presidents. Queen said, Wang, spoiler clip incoming right now. Okay, hang on. Let me load this up at the clip viewers so we can all watch this together. For anyone who's lurking or who does not know the deal, anytime someone posts a clip into the chat, I gotta load it up on our clip viewer to watch together. Now, Queen Katie especially posts spoiler clips, which are when in an earlier stream, I say or do something that either is a correct guess, a wrong guess, an accidental foreshadowing, or something of that nature. So we're gonna load this up. This is a YouTube clip titled Logan, the Ultimate Baseball Star, featuring Katie and Oak Twitch Whispers. From one day ago. So this one was clipped. I don't know exactly how long ago it was. Actually, hang on, because the YouTube videos are always quiet. We are gonna wait until we have silence in the background, okay? So sorry, false alarm. Remind me, or I'll try to remember once we get silence, then we'll watch it. But I'm looking forward to it. So let's play a little bit more then. And that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. Oh, and now this, oh. And that's all I had to wait. See, the universe rewards people who are nice.
Let the record show that Katie misspelled her own name as Kate in this video title when she sent it to me.
Oh!
I immediately snitched to Crystal.
Did it get added to the Did it get added to the typos? The Google Docy. I can't actually remember if it's a Google Doc, but thank you very much for the 10 bits and for the trivia there. Okay, so let's watch this. Again, Logan, the ultimate baseball star, featuring Katie and Oak Twitch Whispers.
Not just one person.
Oh, hang on. We gotta read these. Hey, Oak, want to hear a super quick spoiler about this part of the game? It's going to get revealed soon anyway, I think. Oak says, yes. Quinketta said the president that we know now is not the real Prez, the one who died 12 years ago. And Alf witnessed. Did I guess that? I don't remember guessing this.
Was killed here 12 years ago, but 2.
Oh, hang on. There's more. There's more. The president we know is a double. Oak says, ooh. Quinketta said, I'm so excited for Logan to find out. Could it have been? I'm going to take a big swing. I'm going to take a big old swing here. I'm going to say President Lang. Not Lang, excuse me. I'm going to say President Wang died that night. And the other one that we got is an imposter. Oh, yeah. That's why he deflates into a big fatty Mc... Okay, yeah, I did guess an imposter. I don't think I guessed a body double, but I did guess an imposter because of the deflation thing. Patterson guy is because he's a different guy who's been pretending to be... Logan what? Logan what? Logan keyword somehow? Logan how? Oak says what? Quinketta said literally as soon as I tell you Logan guesses it was Wang who died. Oak, how? Oak says magic longa. Quinketta says, do I have weird jinx powers? Oak says yes. I love that this is happening in the spoiler chat. I wish I could see this in real time, but obviously I can't because of the nature of it. President Wang, that would also explain why that later on with Lang's family, he suddenly acted completely differently because he is an imposter. He's a sussy. Wait, did you make that? It wasn't a kidnapping of the president. It was the murder of the president. With a little red glint. Yeah, we'll go with that. I was right! I can't believe I didn't even remember saying it wasn't kidnapping, it was a murder. Wow. I mean, I remember guessing that it was an imposter. Oh, wow. I feel good about myself now. Thank you, Queen Katie, for that spoiler clip. Oh, and a poll's appeared on Twitch. Oh, and it's already over halfway done. As a joke, where should Logan find a date? Bristler? In parentheses, to shoot them. Is that where you, like, arrange duels or something? Transformers aisle at Walmart/Target. Reddit. A kitten server on Discord. And Facebook Marketplace. Do kitten servers actually exist? I would never do Facebook Marketplace, though. I hated when Facebook dating became a thing there. I kept getting notifications. That was before I completely abandoned Facebook. I feel like none of these are good options. I'll say Transformers aisle, although I feel like anytime I have seen a girl in the Transformers aisle, she's usually there with a guy. Occasionally at conventions, I'll see cute girls, but I don't know how to just usually conventions, all my friends are artists. Not all of them. Most of them are artists. And so 90% of the time, they're all behind their tables working on commissions. I'll go over and hang out with them for a while, then go walk the floor. And so I'm by myself. And I think it's weird for a guy by himself to just walk up to a girl. It's like, hi, and he's going to talk to you. But if there's multiple people, especially if one of them's like, here, look, it's a comic book artist. Isn't that cool? And I'm here. I'll pretend to be cool also. And the poll is done. It's a tie between the Transformers aisle at Walmart, Target, and Facebook Marketplace with 38% each. Bumbo contributing 10 channel points. Okay. Well, let's play a little bit more of the game, and then I'll be back to the... Oh, actually, there's a couple comments over on YouTube I saw. It's just Jack saying, nice save, Logan. Oh, because I waited till the silence. Sometimes I'm smart. It does, which means my father must have... He must have question mark? Noticed. There's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder. Okay, I'm glad about this, because so far, everything that we have deduced is stuff that you could reasonably deduce from the evidence present. And so if his dad was such a great investigator, his dad should have been able to figure out this stuff also. Especially not with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No, but I mean, his dad had it. No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Maybe he had to put the child in witness protection program. And then maybe that child grew up to become, I don't know, Eddie Fender, somebody, one of these people. I don't know. No, because 18 years ago, Eddie Fender was already 18, so never mind. Grew up to become, I don't know, somebody. Gumshoe? How old is Gumshoe? Could Gumshoe have been an orphan? Do we know anything about Gumshoe's backstory? Age 32. Okay, yeah, he would have been a 20-year-old orphan. That would have been endearing. Gumshoe was an adult. Hey, I'm here. I still haven't been adopted. I'm 20 years old. They're getting ready to kick me out next week. They say if I'm old enough to buy alcohol, I can't stay here at the orphanage anymore. Yeah.
I never elaborated, but Bristle is a dating app for bearded men, and I only included it because of the beards joke earlier.
Oh, that makes bristle because it bristles. That makes sense. So that's the which one do I shoot? I don't know. Like, I know that some of you in chat have expressed fondness for beards in guys. I don't understand why you would like that if you're a girl. Because, like, I guess apart from the aesthetic, like the look or whatever. Because I know in the past, when I actually have dated girls, I've noticed that if I've gone like 2 days without shaving and I start to get like a little bit of scrub, not enough that it really shows, but you know, it's like a little bit scratchy, a little scratch there. If I like hug a girl, it's like, I'll give it a little hug. And like her hair pressed against, and then I pull it, wait, like the hair sticks. It's like Velcro and then like off. So I feel like girls wouldn't like that. I don't think they would. Yeah, because he knew. He knew President Wang was dead. And he knew what would happen if that news ever got out. Oh, so that's why he participated in the cover-up, for the sake of Zhang Fa. Zhang Fa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. Or, counterpoint Edgeworth, they might have held an election and arrested the people responsible. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family name being ruined. Oh, was that bling bling? Oh, Gallop! Brayden with a party one! Would someone be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Gallop, and then I'll have a sip of water. I'll read some more in the chat. Gallop! Oh, replay. Honkai Star Rail.
You make Kuibaku can eat good dreams too, huh? Still, is that really such a big deal?
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Every time. Every time. Every time. I've seen the clip before, but every time, still.
Rule of my kind. Never eat someone else's good dreams without permission.
Wait, did she talk about eating dreams? That's the first time I paid attention to what she's saying. She a dream eater? That's weird. That's weird. How was your stream, Gallop? I should read some more in the chat because I'm very far behind. Let's see. Magpie was saying worth it though. Vera said that is amazing. Someone clip that. I'm on Moboy. Clip what? Chris said what we clipping. Vera said Logan is a part of the gang. Vera said Logan in the middle. Oh, it's the queen thing. Magpie says yee, they grind the boat up. Queen Kitty said, well, since we're going down this road anyway, basically Wang's skeleton was under the body we saw as a body double. Does that make sense? And then pizza party art is done. Won't show to Logan yet because till the moment though, because I included spoilers. Vera said to Queen Katie, I hope it is in the style of The Last Supper. Tiff says, yay, pizza party. Queen Katie said, I wish lol, but we all know I'm too cringe to do that. Oak said, Katie is the greatest person ever, or should I say, Kaite. Queen Katie with a frowny face. Crystal laughing. Queen Katie says, I had the wrong name for Vero's cat. They have too many AA cats. Crystal with a quote. And then the socials and the schedule. Queen Katie said, Eustace, Pop still haven't crushed the family members' bones into ash for the funeral. Perfectly normal reason to have bones. Vera said to Queen Katie, it's okay, the art is homey. Crystal said, Queen Katie says, I was blind for a second. I read that as it's not a bad word, but I probably shouldn't say it. Crystal posted the link. Oak says, but now I need to see Logan doing goth kid character. Vera's laughing. Maybe that's what I should have done a goth kid as one of the dating options in that dating stream. Oak said, my dating submission was the stupidest thing I could think of, which is what I love. I want more of that. So please, if you guys haven't submitted, post them. And yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll create like a real dating app profile for me on Bristler. No, I'd get kicked off because no beard. Quick Kitty with a timestamp 10640. I am not too far behind. Less than a half hour. There's a clip, but we'll check that out in a minute. Let's play a little bit more first. Okay. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family name being ruined. I mean, is it just me, or does his dad look like Carmelo Gusto? He looks like Carmelo Gusto. It's probably the mustache. It's weird. So, your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. You know, I'm going to say that just like I believe Takaya was Chairman's shadow, that Carmelo Gusto is this bro's shadow. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. SS5 incident case file data updated in my organizer. 12-year-old incident in which President Wang was kidnapped and the sole witness was murdered. I wanted to be Penny Nichols because I miss her. Is it indeed? Intriguing. I think if y'all hadn't told me that Eustace doesn't show up again, I'd say maybe it was him. I could be, Shelly the Killer. Is it indeed intriguing? I mean, I don't know if he'd dare to, like, just waltz into here, but maybe he's on a recording. No, because that's usually in green. It's not going to be Excelsius or Fifi Lagarde. They're both under arrest. What? Who's there? Oh, that was Canis. That sound. Is that a bell? He's still in his prison uniform. They probably didn't have the budget to give him his outfit. Baldy Hammer Canis! Oh! I hope his dog is with him. I want to pet the dog. There you are, buddy. I give him some head pats. He's a good boy. He's a good prison dog. What the heck are you doing here? He's feeding and petting his dog. Lang, you should appreciate that. You're a wolf. It's like a proto-dog. Yeah, we're the law. You think you could just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Gumshoe, he's blind. He didn't know you were here. Cut the guy some slack. Still love you, Gumshoe. Good to see you. You get one line every hour. Okay, now that Gumshoe is here and hopefully Tiff's excited, let's check out this clip from Queen Katie. This is, I assume, maybe from tonight? Because this is a Twitch clip, so hopefully should not have a volume issues. Oh, it's from last month. Okay, so this is going to be a spoiler clip, I guess, from Queen Katie.
I like to think they enforced the whole jail pets thing to have Canis bring his dog to prison too.
What if the whole thing was just because that, like, Fifi Lagarde, like, an agreement was what Canis said, like, if I get caught for this or for anything, you have to allow me to take my dog to prison. And so she's like, okay, I'll make sure that everybody has pets to justify it. So it was like part of their agreement. Everybody gets animals, because otherwise it's special treatment. Then again, he got a lot of special treatment. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, so this is from last month, titled Half Wrong, but Half Right. So once again, this is a spoiler clip from Queen Katie. This is where something I guess the title says it. I guess something half wrong, but half right. But now we find out how wrong and right I was. He probably is responsible for a fire 12 years ago. Yeah. That gave her the burn, but probably killed somebody. That's probably part of the pun in her name. Because Rosie Ringer, ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies. Ashes. We all fall down. Yeah, so he probably all down. Whether it was like, he's a bad guy, so it's probably not gonna be whoops, accidental. He probably intentionally set a fire. He burned a kid that killed somebody that she knew and probably loved and gave her that burn. And maybe also gave him his burn. I'll fall down. Perhaps. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered. But I can't be too proud of that, because I feel like that was a fairly reasonable guess at that point. But thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate it. I like seeing stuff where I was close. Let's see, over on YouTube, Jax says, oh yeah, this was silly. Just Canis just waltzing right in. Quick said, forgot to post that clip ages ago, lol. Logan, if the body double was still Sean's dad, is still sad that his dad died either way. Difference is the years, I guess. Well, earlier I was trying to say that maybe the body they dug up was another cryogenically frozen, preserved one, and the body double was still alive, but nope. Nope. Queen Kitty said, captions, I think he's Cadis's dad. Cadis was an orphan. Maybe we're about to find out, I think. Vera said, I know we joke about Lonely Man, but I genuinely wish you the best, man. I appreciate that, Vero. I mean, honestly, like, all joking aside, I just do not know where or how to meet girls. I mean, you guys joke about stuff like, Discord kitten server. How, like, I don't even get the people do that. They always joke like, yeah, Discord admin or whatever as Discord kittens. What the crap? Nobody's throwing themselves at me. Not that I would have like a bunch of kittens. I would just have one, like, and I'd wife her up. Eglin said grinder/shave. You're laughing. Magpie says, I got decent results on OkCupid for what it's worth, lol. Tiff said, I was gonna say that. Hang on. Oh, crap. Did the chat scroll without me? I gotta scroll up to where did I leave off? There we go. It jumped ahead. It didn't leave anything in the void. Yeah, Tiff said I was gonna say that. Eglin said farmersonly.com. Tiff says, how dare you, Eglin.oak/LH. Quiggy said, Logan's halfway in page 4 of the guide now. At the Wang recap part, don't forget, Sir Logan, I can do potatoes from the guide. Just yell anytime. Well, I think we're doing okay so far, but thank you, Queen Katie, for being there in case I need it. Crystal said, Oak, do you have Logan Face's screenshots? I need it. Oh, if I did make a fake dating profile, I could put that as one of the pictures, one of those screenshots. Quiggy said, I can forward the ones Oak sent me. Castle said, Bumble also has a non-romantic mode, though it's its own app at this point, and bafflingly a career networking model, somewhat like a LinkedIn version. But isn't Bumble's whole thing like girls only can message first? So it's like friendship, but only girls. I never understood when, like years ago when I did briefly try dating apps, I always hated it whenever there'd be like a girl on there that would have in the bio, it's like, only looking for friends. It's like, no, you're on a dating app. This is a dating app. Do not look for just friends on a dating app because the guys here are not looking for friends. So either you're lying or you're just dumb. I'm sorry, it's weird. Oh, and a pin message written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vero, said, bonus name fact time. Considering that Candace's given name is in the fan translation is Sirhan, and Sean's name is John, both may be references to Robert F. Kennedy, more specifically the man who assassinated him and his older brother, respectively. I did not expect that to be a Kennedy reference. So good on you there. Thank you for the fun name fact. Okay, let's play a little bit more now. And we're the law. So yeah, Tiff Gumshoe's probably gonna vanish for a bit. I hope you enjoyed his crumbs on screen. We're the law. You think you could just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. The opportunity to gloat over your past crimes is just too good to miss, I expect. Well, he's already like sentenced to life in prison or something. Maybe he's gonna tell us what actually happened. You killed President Wang! Well, no, because then we might extradite him to Zhangfa or something. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned, or someone else, I should say. It's gonna be the kid that lit the fire? Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Or the body double person, I don't know. Exactly, that's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. We're talking about Sean? A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. I mean, Sean is wearing red. Can I go back to my Sean is the mastermind theory? Did we just ignore that he's wearing red because he's a little kid? Was I right about Sean this whole time? Oh, sorry, it's Edgeworth. That was okay. What? Wait, you know who they are? Oh, we're not talking about Sean. Okay, crap, you said young pup. In a manner of speaking, what did you call them again? A secret mastermind. He's saying them to keep the gender ambiguous, to keep us guessing. Is gonna be Tabby Lloyd. Huh? But is Candace gonna reveal it? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? So that means it's Tabby and she's over here pretending to be like far away. That Sean is by himself over at the dump. Tabby's there, is gonna have like a recording of a firework going off in order to stage it and make it look like, or sound like rather, that she's over there. And then when Kay yells into it, Tabby does the whole thing like, I was intercepting the message, that's why.
The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he, Helmut? Yes, oh yes he does. Oh, who's a good boy.
Huh?
Canis's dog has a very firm and dry tongue. It leaves no wet residue and is able to pull the skin off of his skull.
I mean, it does.
Boo.
Ah! But I like to think it's still wet. It's a little sloppy. I mean, it's not leaving. You just can't see it. Because I don't know if you know this, saliva is clear. But that's science. That's dog science. Canine science. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that.
The young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, 12 long years ago.
So he is talking about Sean, and somehow the baby saved his life? Is it gonna be that somebody like that Excelsius winner and Phoebe Lagarde turned on Canis and is like, we're gonna kill you now, and then fired the gun, and suddenly the baby goes, and the baby takes a bullet, but it passed like clean through the baby's shoulder, and so the baby's okay. Well, not clean through, like goes in, but then they take it out, like it's a clean type of thing. And it's just like, I mean, little baby, like or someone tosses the baby like a football, maybe, just and the baby's kind of like spiraling, and so it doesn't go through it, but like the spiral of the baby, like ricochets the bullet off, and it goes flying away. Oh, okay. Oh, we're doing a cross-examination.
My unexpected savior.
Okay, well, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna figure out what's going on here. I did not expect that. I thought he was just gonna tell us who it was. Okay, we're doing a thing now, so we got cool music going here. Crystal says, yes, please, and a dancing emote. Quickie said, it has been sent. By the way, chat, get ready for a crazy roller coaster incoming next scene, lol. Castle said, where does one magnet end and another magnet begin? Oak said, oh, I just saw this, and yes. Tiff said, you don't know what crab rangoon is? What? I've never had. I don't eat crab or lobster a lot. Don't eat a lot of shellfish. When I was a kid, I remember the first time I was with my family that I remember there being like lobster available. I'm like, I want a piece of lobster. And they gave me a piece. And it was disgusting. And then I found out that it was the lobster heart they gave me, which is supposed to be like a delicacy. But I'm sorry, to a little kid with a sweet tooth, that was disgusting. And it really put me off it for a while. And then like later on, I can't remember if it was a teenager, or maybe it was after high school, I tried it a little bit. And I'm like, oh, not that great. But that was lobster. Maybe crab is a bit better. Edglin said, Logan, what? What do you mean you don't know what crab rangoon is? I know now! And I'll probably forget soon. Castle says, yo, enjoy, Baby Metal rocks. Magpie says, Rob Zombie, I think, is who was defending Baby Metal. Okay, so maybe it was Rob Zombie. Wait, no, Rob Zombie. No, yeah, because Rob Zombie, he does music and he directs movies and things like that. Yeah. For some reason, I want to say like Alice Cooper, but I'm like, that probably wasn't right. Quiggy said, yes, I drew the Suswang, didn't even use a base or a template for that. That was pure Katie art. Was it pure Katie art or pure Kaite art? Quiggy said, like when I saw that Logan made the Among Us joke, I had to make it lol. Well, good call. It was great. Quiggy says, add quote, okay, he would have been a 20-year-old orphan. Quiggy says, how are we at 688 at this point? We're already close to 700 now. Exist says, dude, right after Facebook dating came out, I had like recently turned 20 and it was trying to encourage me to make a profile, so I kept getting jump scared with my banner asking if I wanted to make one with my profile name and the header of my real name 20 and a massive I'm an adult now moment. I just don't want. Here's the thing. I assume that Facebook dating, the appeal is probably that, oh, and it's going to be like friends of your friends, and so there'll be a connection with people you know. I don't want, like, people I date to know my friends. It's weird to me. I don't know. Casa says, checked the Gumshoe wiki in the very first sentence. When Gumshoe was a child, he wanted to be a wizard from Trials and Tribulations. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, let's play some more of the game. Sip of water, and let's hear this testimony.
As you have surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant that I, too, became an inconvenience in need of removal.
Well, the explanation we had before said the body double killed Wang. Oh, no, the body double killed Al Fall Down. So, okay, so Canis killed Wang, body double killed Al Fall Down. Sorry, I got confused. That was my bad, entirely my bad.
The imposter, President, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded.
So, Again, he's either talking about Sean or Tabby. He said he, so I guess it's Sean. So maybe he was able to figure out that Sean was the president's baby and he held the baby hostage? But that wouldn't matter to like murderers. I mean, I guess maybe they're against murdering babies. It sounded like they lit someone on fire. Or maybe it was the kid who set the fire. Maybe it's Tabby. Maybe Tabby isn't really a girl. Tabby's like that Tabby Lloyd is a fake identity of a little boy who set a fire.
I wonder what he's doing now.
So it was the president's body double who hired you?
I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, but a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course, even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Oh, good boy, good boy. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No.
So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. It's like anytime Starscream is taken over for Megatron and Transformers. He's just not good at leading.
Rook's not around, that means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You, of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me.
Seems the king and his knight were much the same.
The president's double knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Amelie. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals.
Locals such as Chairman Winner.
BTW, has the date for the birthday 1K follower stream been decided yet?
Yes, Sunday, a week from today on Sunday is what it's going to be. I did kind of an informal vote asking like, would you be better Friday or Sunday? And almost everybody voted Sunday, and the only person who voted Friday also voted Sunday. It's, last time I checked anyway. So it's going to be Sunday, a week from today. So it's going to be the 13th, I believe. So yes, and I'll post that on Discord tomorrow when I post the official schedule. I'm actually behind in making preparations for it, so I hope I'm ready for everything that I want to do. I may have to cut out some stuff that I plan to do if I don't get it done in time. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Locals such as Chairman Winner.
Once Ms. Fenn had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap.
The meeting she arranged so the president could meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity.
Indeed, and with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete.
This is a little convenient that Candace is just showing up to info dump all this. I mean, it would have been nicer if we could have figured this out with evidence. But I guess this will explain why that like Lang's dad couldn't figure it out. Let me read some more comments in the chat. Queen Katie said, yeah, the character in that clip is a Baku, a yokai that eats dreams and/or nightmares. Oh, the Gallop raid clip. Okay. Crystal says, Lurk, Mod is doing ... mod ? Things with a little smile. I wonder what you're doing, Crystal. Exist says, it's mostly looks and personal preference, plus depending on beard length, thickness, and care routine, it might not necessarily feel scratchy. Besides, I've had friends who enjoy the scratchiness when they going to kiss their partner, lol. Mostly depends from person to person, I suppose. I do like having sideburns though, although I feel like my left one grows in better than my right one. Gallop says, I have to sleep. Lurk, thank you so much for the raid earlier, Gallop, and the Lurk. Get some rest, get some sleep. I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night, day, whatever time it is over there in the UK. Good night, Gallop. Quiggity says, mwehehe. Vera said they're doing the who said that? And someone joins it again. Oh, so I gotta be close to catching up to chat, because that's when he arrived. Quiggity said, roller coaster time, chat. We're about to go on a wild ride. Also, now that we have this reveal, I have a name fact incoming for Canis. Eglin said, ew, why does Canis look freshly birthed? It's the veins on his head, I think. It's aerodynamic for easy birthing. And over on YouTube, let's see, Jack says, dear gosh, a bunch of times. Thanatos with a big keyboard slam, and then Bronco, my man. I'm glad you got to have some Bronco crumbs, Thanatos. All right, some crumbs for your toast, Thanatos. Indeed, and with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete. Walton Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo, where might I find the pup? So we're gonna have to figure out through this cross-examination. So Canis doesn't know who the pup is. Perhaps because he's blind. But again, I don't know if we're talking about Sean or if we're talking about... I want to assume it's Tabby. Oh, and a poll has appeared on Twitch. The poll says, who's your favorite president? Part 2. The options are Canis's dog, Starscream, Ashley, Resident Evil 4, not her dad, community member Katie, and Mantis Metaphor. Oh, these are all good. These are all good. I don't know who to vote for. I'm actually gonna vote Ashley because no one's voted for her yet, and I like her big goofy ears. She was adorable, even if she was a little annoying at times. So thank you for the poll, I appreciate that. What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same? Okay, so this is gonna verify. If he says they're the one and the same, then it's Tabby. He set a little fire that night out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh, so maybe he never saw the kid. So it is Tabby. It's gonna be Tabby. Oh yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of a prank, right? So maybe the fire saved him? Somehow? A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. Do remember, we will get back to the cross-examination soon, but I have more info to dump, apparently. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what had really happened, from the picture. But why would the orphan be so keen to save Canis? Unless the orphan was just going to try and kill all of them, and somehow that benefited Canis? Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. Okay, so he just told Canis. I mean, I guess maybe the kid just didn't want any more people to die. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. So the kid grew up and still wears red raincoats? In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And being a very considerate boy, thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Oh, the poll is done, and the winner is Starscream with 33% of the vote. Crystal contributing 160 channel points. I thought it would have been Vero doing that. Second place was community member Katie with 20. Oh, it was close. All of them was community member Katie with 23%. Third was Candace's dog with 21%, tied with Mantis from Metaphor with 21. And final place was Ashley from Resident Evil with 1 vote from me. Can we say that, yeah, that Mantis's last name is Metaphor? Mantis, Metaphor. Wait, would Metaphor be Mantis's last name, or would Metaphor and then Refantasio be the last name? I think it'd be Metaphor. Mantis Metaphor. I always thought it was Chat Mantis, but now maybe Chat's the middle name. Mantis, Chat, Metaphor. Though thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. Who is this kid that keeps kerosene in an igloo? Probably the same type of kid that as an adult carries a bear trap on her backpack.
So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. For a second, I accidentally almost misread that it set himself on fire. No way! So that's what the fire was for! It must have been ever so beautiful. Winner and Lagarde were positively enchanted.
Oh yeah, because Winner loves fire, huh?
And while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of the side entrance.
You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind this all?
I do indeed, don't I, Helmut? Yes, oh yes, I do.
Okay, we're to the rebuttal.
My unexpected savior.
Okay, we're gonna save. We're gonna read some more in the chat. Then you guys know the drill. We're gonna press every statement, figure out what evidence we're presenting. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, Glim was saying, why does Candace look freshly birthed? And Oak says, because he is. There's Queen Katie with a bonus name fact and a timestamp 1:39:19. I am only 20 minutes behind. 20 minutes and a half. Oak says, add quote, not that I would have a bunch of Discord kittens. I would just have one. You gotta keep the thing that says, and I'd wife her up. Quiggin said, look, it came from the wiki, so I added it to the list. I'm just that thorough in the name facts. I like it. Quiggin said, a baby saved an assassin's life somehow. Oddly enough, that's not the only thing that's the only thing that's not in Ace Attorney. But you know what they say? Because he's saying a baby saved an assassin's life. A baby saved is a baby earned. I think Benjamin Franklin said that. Another poll has appeared on Twitch. Who's your favorite president? Final part. Moushly, not Ashley. Megatron has fallen. I can't do a Starscream voice. Eustace Winner, Armad Crystal, and Guitar Man in AAI 2 theme. I'm gonna vote Moushly again because she's even better than Ashley because her ears are even more gigantic. I gotta read a few more comments here. Quick said, by the way, Logan, this Candace moment here is the rest of the page 4, so nearly to the final page soon. Oh crap, we're already at the 2-hour mark. I was gonna say we're probably like halfway through the stream. We're at the 2-hour mark. So let's see, because sometimes I assume that your guide says, and then there's just dialogue. It could be an hour of dialogue. Oh, no, because there's cross-examination, then probably some dialogue. So we'll see. That'll be our goal, to reach the end of this part tonight. Oak says, I submitted 2 more dating profiles. Awesome. So we'll have some to read. I want to have chat on Sunday vote on the best one. Not the best, but just the one that chat likes the most. Crystal says, chat. Oh, this is highlighted. Chat. Can y'all share your thoughts about Logan? Meme answers only. Oak says, I like his hat, but I almost never wear hats. I've been thinking, should I grow my hair out longer to obscure my gargantuan forehead? Chat. Should I get floofy long hair? I had it in high school and it was awful. But maybe if I get it cut better, maybe it'd look better. Quiggin said, imagine trying to kill a famous assassin. What was their plan? Probably just say, like, wait right there, we'll be right back. And then, like, come in and be quiet, just be talking and then shoot him in the brain because he's blind. Actually, no, maybe the dog is trained to, like, attack people with guns. Or hang on, did we figure out if he was blind from birth or if this is, like, a recent thing? Was he blind 12 years ago? Vera said, Crystal, I love when he's upside down, down sometimes. It's amusing. Now I wish I could like rotate my camera around. I don't think I can. Actually, hang on. Let me see. What if I go in here? I bet there's got to be like. Hang on. I bet there is. I bet there's probably something I can do. What would it be under? Crop, pad, scaling, aspect ratio.
How much money to reveal a photo of you with high school long hair?
Not enough money in the world.
Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Not enough money in the world. It was awful. It was so bad. It was so bad. You know what? $3,000. If you want to buy an entire brand new gaming PC rig, then maybe I'll show it. But it'll be like secret, and you have to be sworn to not show it to anybody else. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, let me have a sip of water. Let's do this. We got this. Like I said, you guys know the drill. Press every statement, then figure out what we're going to present evidence to.
As you surmised, it was I who killed President Wang.
Hold it! Oh, and the poll is done. Megatron has fallen with 50% of the vote. Crystal contributing 240 channel points. Crystal tied in second place with 22% with the Guitar Man from AAI 2 theme. But if that was the final part, don't we need to have like the 3 winners compete against each other now? Maybe, baby. You were pretty forthcoming with that particular admission.
If I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm tired of all the killing. But back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach.
So why does he want to find the mastermind then? Is he gonna thank Tabby? Is he? Because at first it sounded like he wanted to kill somebody, so he's done. So, yeah, maybe he just wants to thank Tabby. Maybe he's gonna say, "I'm dying. Take care of my dog."
I have made my peace with that, and I am happy to admit it, aren't I, boy? Yes, I am.
I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. But then he found religion, I guess? And not only is he an assassin, but he's now a prison escapee, not something to be trifled with. But we can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to tread as carefully as I can. I wish that there was like an opportunity for a bad ending. Like if we press too hard, we don't tread carefully enough, he just suddenly pulls out a bunch of knives and throws them and murders everybody. We get a bad ending. Very well, you killed the president, and you're happy to admit it.
Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed. But that meant that I, too, became an inconvenience in need of removal.
Hold it!
You a target? But you're an assassin!
Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the lived. Sometimes the dead must become the dead. Sometimes the big must become the big. Yeah.
Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impertinence is inherent into the way of... Sorry. Impermanence, not impertinence. Impermanence is inherent to the way of the assassin. Life-takers' lives are taken, so it goes.
Wait, does that mean the people you're sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back? Or...
It happens occasionally, but it's not what happened this time. The imposter president, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence.
Oh, another poll has appeared on Twitch. I'm sorry that, like YouTube, you can't vote on these polls on Twitch. Paid poll. Who's your favorite Transformer? Logan can't vote. Firefly. I assume that's going to be Fireflight. Jalopy, Sideswipe, Swindle, or Wheelie. Okay, Jalopy, there's no toy. I'm going to show you guys each of these Transformers so you can properly vote on them. Hang on! Hang on! This is important. This is important. You got to know who you're voting on. Hang on, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Okay, this is gonna chase away. This is gonna chase away so many lurkers, but this is important to be informed. Okay, first up, we got Fireflight. This guy right here, he's an aerial bot. He turns into a jet. He's the one that when I was dating a girl, when I got him, I showed her a picture of him to her, and she's like, I know who that is. That's Optimus Prime, because he has this toy of him as a faceplate. He's awesome. He's awesome. We got, what's the next one? Sideswipe. I got Sideswipe. I just got him in his G2 colors. So the black and the red are reversed. He's cool. There's Sideswipe. We got Swindle, also G2 colors. Amazing red and purple camouflage. There's Swindle. He's like a con man. He's a swindler. He's wheeling and dealing. He's fun. He's super fun. And then Wheelie. He's this little tiny guy here. He only speaks in rhyme. I also have like a little non-transforming Wheelie that came with the new Grimlock toy I got. But now vote for the last seconds that you have left. So yeah, Fireflight, he's a, like I said, an aerial bot. He combines into a larger robot. He becomes Superion's arm. Sideswipe, he's a cool guy. He turns into a Lamborghini.
Hey Logan, is this enough times to have you do me a quick favor? Can you scroll through the profiles of the people for this case and stay on them for like 5 seconds?
Oh!
We'll send more if needed.
Absolutely.
You'd be doing me a huge favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. That's a full $1. I will do that while the poll is going on. So we got to wait. I don't think we can see profiles here. So we're gonna do 5 seconds. We got Kay Faraday, age 17. That's Kay. We like Kay. Oh, and the poll is done. Swindle won with 69% of the vote. Nice. And wait, does it say? Oh wait. Oh no, the poll isn't done. I thought it was done. It was just that a new event has appeared. It's probably like a pin message. The poll's almost done. Let's see if Swindle stays at 69. Oh, contributing 110 channel points. Swindle's great. I love Swindle. Oh, it said join us in following Queen Katie Bat. Okay, so we got Kay Faraday, age 17. We got a lot of heart, age 25. I don't like her. I don't like her. Staying on here for a few seconds. Dijong Wang, age 58. This is the dead one, apparently died late. Oh, and it even updated it. Wang's place. Wait. A body double who took the place of President Wang's body double who took the real President Wang's place after he murdered him 12 years ago. It updated, so this is actually the fake Dijong Wang. Shilong Lang, age 27. Oh, wait. Do we have? I think I saw. Oh, Lemon Grab is here. Popped in over on YouTube, said, oh, can't stay tonight, but I wanted to say hi. Oh, Lemon Grab, you probably already gone. Darn it, I was showing Shilong Lang. Because I was going to say out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw your name appear there. And Jack says, hi, Lemon, because Lemon likes Shilong Lang. Oh, just crew member. I love you, Penny. I love you, Penny. Penny Nichols, also known as crew member, age 20. The perfect woman. Sean Fenn, age 13. And wearing a red coat? I mean, it's not a raincoat, but it is red. He could still be evil. Verity Gavel, age 26. Yeah, because she could have been a teenager at the orphanage. Dick Gumshoe, age 32. Yeah, there he is, Tiff. There's your man. Gumshoe is currently, why he looks kind of like confused and sad. He's confused why he's not holding your hand right now, Tiff. Eddie Fender, age 36. He wants inappropriate hugs from underage people. Franziska Von Karma, age 19. She's like into whips and violence, but has a soft spot for kids. I hope that she'll be a good aunt to Eustace as well. Eustace Winner, age 17. He's a winner chicken supper. Fifi Lagarde, age 37. Just covered in live animals. You know, probably stinks to high heaven, let's be honest. Because have you ever, I mean, I don't know about what minks are, but like with ferrets, like my brother and his wife used to have ferrets. Cute, they smell so bad. Regina Berry, age 17. Wait, is she still only, how old was she in the regular Ace Attorney? It was which one was it? It was the second one, right? Justice for All? I guess I know that she was like still a teenager, but I guess she was really young. Simeon Saint, age 24, not pictured, the monkey that ratatouilles him. All right, on the next one, Will Powers. Is this working well? I hope I'm not going too fast, Tiff. Will Powers. He's cool. He's cool. His body's like turned to the side. Everybody else is just looking straight on. He's dramatic. Age 25. Tabby Lloyd, age 20. So that means she would have been 8 years old when all this happened. Again, optimal orphanage age. A journalist who's always on the lookout for a scoop. Protege, a lot of heart. She's the bad guy. She's the bad guy. And her jacket turning inside out will be like a metaphor for like hiding her identity or something. Excelsius Winner. And remember, that's not his beard. He is literally just a mountain. That is dirt. He is a mountain with a face. Age 68. Wait, so age 68, how old was Eustace again? He had Eustace kind of later on in his life from what you normally expect. Bronco Knight. Hey, Thanatos Bronco's on the screen again. Age 24 and dead. Age 24 and dead. Insane. Body Har Mechanus. Age question mark. I don't know. Maybe he's 15. I don't know. Maybe he's 115. I don't know. Shelly the Killer, also age question mark. Maybe they're school chums. Maybe one of them's the other's father. I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna guess anymore. All fall down. Age deceased. See, that's how you do it. But how old was he when he died? Just that guy. Just all fall down. And we got one more. Then we'll be back to the game. I promise. And finally, Rosie Ringer, age 33, who's like, she seems much less anime stylized than some of the other characters. She looks a lot more normal to me for some reason. I don't know why. But there we go. Was that what you needed, Tiff? Let's play some more of the game, then I'll be back to the chat soon. The imposter, president, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. Hold it! What, Mr.
Thank you, Logan.
Oh, thank you, Tiff. I thank you again for the 100 bits earlier and the 10 bits now. Happy to help. I'm gonna be honest, even if that was like, if you'd only give me 10 bits before for a TTS, I still would have done it, but I appreciate the other 90 bits. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this before. So with my birthday on Thursday, I got a game on Steam gifted to me, and I got a couple of Steam gift cards. So I am now the owner of 100 Line Last Defense Academy and Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii. And on top of that, I still have one more Steam gift card, okay? It's enough that I could buy one more big game. Like I could do, was it Claire Obscure Expedition 33 or whatever it's called, or I could do the Oblivion remake. I could do like a big game kind of like that. That's like $40 or so. Or I could buy a bunch of really small games that are like $5 each. But I don't know which to do. I'm torn. So I would love to hear your opinion. Should I get one of those bigger games, like get Claire Obscure, which I've heard good things about, or the Oblivion remaster? Or should I buy like several, because I could probably get like 5 or 6 small games? You know, something like that. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But Mr. Canis, you're a professional killer and famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been little more than a minor inconvenience. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without Helmut here, I couldn't even walk down the street. So the dog wasn't... Helmut deserves his own profile. We need to know how old this dog is. He looks old. He could be older than 12 years. Maybe he was a puppy back then. Well, maybe when he says the young pup, he was talking about Helmut. And then he doesn't realize it. And then he'll find out that the young boy that helped him was his dog all along. Against 3 assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. Or maybe he's just saying that Helmut is there, but because he needs the help, that 3 people could have taken him down. I see. So even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. We're not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say? I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. And if I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. What does it mean again? Met the young pup again? Is that important, or is he just like saying that he's reiterating? If I hadn't met him again, like I said before, or did he meet him again in that he had met the young pup previously?
Hold it!
Okay, oh, look at that, Edgeworth noticed it! Again? So the 2 of you had met before. I noticed something that Edgeworth noticed, so I feel smart as Edgeworth, yeah.
Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve, 18 years back.
It's gonna be either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto's kid! It's happening! I'm gonna be right! I'm guessing Artie Frost kid, because they already did some with Carmelo Gusto, but the fact they mentioned that Artie Frost had a kid and they never did anything with it, it's gonna be Artie Frost kid. It's gonna be Artie Frost kid! And cold and lonely Christmas Eve, 18 years back. Yes! Am I finally gonna be right about this? Am I finally gonna be right? That's all I want I just wanted to tie into those kids.
That long ago? But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life.
Was Carmelo Gusto gonna kill Artie Frost and his son?
It was snowing, more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility.
Oh, so he probably just found him out in the cold because he was now orphaned. Artie Frost was dead. Or it could be Carmelo Gusto's kid that just ran away and he like took the kid in, took him to the orphanage, maybe trained him in some assassin techniques first.
I had taken Helmut out for a little walk.
Wait, no, hang on, but this doesn't line up with Tabby Lloyd because her age. If she's 20, if this age is correct, if she's not falsifying her age, if she's 20, then 18 years ago, she would have been only 2 years old. And that's way too young to have been one of the kids in the photograph with Artie Frost and Carmela Gusto. Who's the proper age? Simeon Saint still would have been kind of young, though. But I know Simeon Saint was like my third choice for the killer before, but he's not in this group. It's going to be more dramatic if it's someone who's right here in the room with us. Unless it's going to be Simeon Saint, we got to go find him, and he's like holding Regina Berry and Money the Monkey hostage or something like that. So I'm going to guess, my number one guess is that it is Tabby Lloyd and her age is a lie. It also might be Simeon Saint, or maybe it'll finally turn out that, yeah, that Sean is really just a stunted growth adult.
I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car.
Plus, wasn't there was one of the cases where everybody kept mentioning it was unseasonably snowy. That was the Artie Frost one, right? Everybody's like, unseasonably snowy, unseasonably snowy. They kept saying that specifically over and over again.
The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one.
It's the kids! It's the kids! It's both of them! It's Carmela Gusto and Artie Frost's kids! Yes! 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 Okay, so we just have to figure out who they're going to be.
And inside I found two young boys shivering and semi-conscious.
Okay, so one of them might be I'll Fall Down. One of them's tied up though. Why is he tied up? I know there was a whole thing like one of the kids went missing, but then the other was orphaned. So who would be doing this? Maybe Carmelo Gusto kidnapped Artie Frost's kid to kind of just like tie up loose ends, but then left them both in the car to like freeze to death and die? See, I'm gonna guess that, except this one with the buzzed hair, this also is kind of suspicious. It makes you think that this hair color could be any color, and they just buzzed it down specific. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that one of these, that Tabby Lloyd is actually a boy, but this kid could be Simeon Saint, maybe? And that's why it was buzzed, because Simeon Saint's hair is red. I still want to say maybe I'll Fall Down, but no, that wouldn't make sense. He'd be too young to then be an adult merely 6 years later. So it can't be I'll Fall Down and Rosie Ringer. Yeah, how old was Rosie Ringer? Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to figure out all this stuff here. I want to figure this out before he presents it. Well, she was 33 though. So actually she could have been the right age. Maybe they're just like, they're drawn smaller than they actually are here.
And inside I found two young boys shivering and semi-conscious.
Two? But yes, please. It's gotta be them, because one of them, the kids in the photo was shaved bald too, right?
Yes, and had I found them even an hour later, the poor wretches would have never made it.
I also like the idea that this assassin, although he kills people, if he finds kids that are like, he's still gonna save the kids, because it's like it's a job to him. He doesn't just kill people for funsies, and yeah, he sees kids in danger, he'll still like go out of his way to help them.
I took them both to a nearby orphanage.
Is it me? Or is there something significant about what? Yes, there is! Yes, there is! Yes! What is it about Caddis's statement that's especially noteworthy? The date, the number of people, the make of the car. I need to say the stupid thing. It's the make of the car. The make of the car.
Do you remember the make and model of the car in which you found the children? Why would I remember such a thing? And what significance could it possibly have? It was a car, like any other. There was nothing remarkable about it. I thought you were good at your job. What is wrong with you?
Hang on, what?
The game will present a whole cutscene and an illustrated picture, and Miles would still thinking, is this relevant?
Yeah. I wonder, could this be possibly important? I know the music even stopped for it, I think. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I agree. I concur. Also, we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark somehow. If anybody wants to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions, now would be a good time to start looking. I do see over on YouTube, Thanatos is going, Bronco, keyboard slam, Bronco, ja, ja, ja. I'm glad that you enjoyed your Bronco crumbs. I should read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Crap, where'd I leave off? Let's see. Yeah, Vera was saying to Crystal, I love when he's upside down. Sometimes it's amusing. Oak says his hat looks really...
Logan, remember to breathe.
Thank you, Chie.
Don't think.
I'm actually impressed the fact that I ate a big old piece of birthday cake before going on stream, and that isn't giving me like horrible indigestion, especially since it is about 50% frosting. I know if I eat one right before bed, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, though. Is it that rich? Oh, but it's so good. It's so good. Thank you, Chie. Thank you, Eglin, for the breathe redeem. There we go. But yeah, Vera was saying, I love when he's upside down. Sometimes it's amusing. Oak says, his hat looks really good right now. It's beautiful. Crystal said, Logan, he's a puppy kicker. Oak said, you said meme answers only. You broke your own rule. How dare you? Crystal says, yeah, how? Oak said, Logan kicks puppies for reals. It is not a meme. Quickita said, Logan, the person talking is a body double, lol, I think. And Bumble with a hydrate command. Thank you very much, Bumble. I will hydrate right now. Thank you very much. Quickita said, yep, 13th. Thankfully, not a Friday like last month. I don't know. Friday the 13th can be kind of cool. Castle says, my Logan thought, what if his hair was flipped to be his beard hair? I have briefly grown facial hair before in the past. One time for a play that I was in, I grew like a little goatee. Not very great. One time for another thing where I was supposed to be like a cowboy, I grew out kind of stubble. Not great. Oak says, but I do appreciate the thinking outside the box, Castle. Oak says, after watching most of Logan's Deltarune VODs, I think the reason he doesn't like Queen as much as I do is because he uses the pompous British lady voice for instead of a Siri voice. Oh, talking like this, the Queen. Oh. So instead of a Siri voice, I can't even do a Siri voice. Oak says, I always picture her as Siri, but silly. Chris, get the banana. Queen Katie, the keyboard slam, says, wait, why am I in the poll? I just had a double take there. Vera said, the best president's in the poll, because you're a queen. Queen Katie says, why am I a possible option to be a president? Because you're a queen. Castle says, Moushly. Vera said, because Castle was one of the first poll, we got to nominate community members in those. Castle says, I voted for the cat in the poll with me in it, lol. Vera said, the cat just bit me. She doesn't deserve to be president. Crystal laughing. Vera said, Starscream, whoa, I didn't even vote. Okay, and over on YouTube, Thanatos says, every time there's Bronco crumbs, I'm right there enjoying it. Well, then here, I'll give you one more Bronco crumb. One more Bronco crumb. Wait, there he is, Bronco crumb. And it's gone. It's gone now. But I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, other than the two children inside it frozen half to death, maybe the make of the car isn't important after all, huh?
Wait, you're onto something. Castle and Queen are chess pieces.
Yeah, and Crystal is a thing chess pieces are made out of, or is Crystal, with bonkers that a queen chess piece has bonkers? I'm trying to figure out how they could all fit with that, but thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. We'll get it. Yeah. Maybe the make of the car isn't important after all. Well, will that be all on the matter? What is it about Caddis' statement that's especially noteworthy? Okay, we didn't lose hit points, but I'm still going to reload anyway. I don't want the universe to exist where Edgeworth is that stupid. It's going to be the date. The fact that it happened to coincide with the IS-7 incident, the murder of Artie Frost by Carmelo Gusto, is going to be the date. This was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes! I kind of zoned out for a while, but I caught that. I'm here. Just letting you know. Anyone want a hug? Any of the kids want a hug? We have something that shows why that date is so significant. It's the IS-7 case file incident, my organizer, right? Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Caddis found the children? Right here, IS-7 incident case file. Take that. Cha-cha! Wait, so do I not present any actual evidence against his claim? Is this how the cross-examination is ending? I don't think I pressed every statement. I missed content. I feel bad. That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred, the murder of a well-known sculptor.
Hi, Fender. I'll give you a hug.
Ah, There we
Less
go.
than 3.
Less than 3, less than 3. Less than 3 hugs. So you can have 1 hug or 2 hugs or 2.5 hugs. The half hug is like a side shoulder hug. So I hope you enjoy your fender hugs there. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Tiff. Just make sure that you give Gumshoe more hugs than you give Fender, okay? That's the deal. That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way!
Nora would like me to tell you that she might not make it. She's not dying, but she's at a hotel RN and the Wi-Fi isn't letting her join stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that. Like the like I remember when I first started. No, it wasn't when I first started Twitch stream, but it was when like the pandemic lockdown stuff was winding down and work started up again. I remember trying to like tune into Twitch streams from the Wi-Fi at work, like during a lunch break, and I couldn't. It was like blocked. And I didn't have like a data plan then, so I couldn't. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. Tell Nora that I don't. Tell her that Athena Sykes showed up, and that Athena and wait, no, I was gonna say that Gavel made out, but no, Athena would be too young at this point. Time traveling Athena Sykes, who was an adult, traveled back in time and showed up and made out with Verity Gavel, and that Nora missed it. Nora just missed the Yuri. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I'm going to play a little more until we get some music. Then I will read some more of the chat because I'm probably still very far behind. And we are a few seconds away from the 2.5 hour mark. So once again, now's a really great time to keep an eye out for raid suggestions. An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. There we go. There's the kids. Now, also, we have been assuming that this kid on the left belongs to Artie Frost and this kid on the right belongs to Carmelo Gusto, but it is entirely possible that they are switched around. The reason why I think that is because this one here on the right, except earlier before I was trying to say it might have been Rosie Ringer, because for some about Artie Frost's face just reminds me of Rosie Ringer's face. I don't know why. They just, some about their faces. And okay, so I guess the whole thing with Carmelo Gusto and Lang's dad was different because the mustache doesn't go all the way around, but I thought they looked similar before. Huh?
They're both gingers.
They're both gingers. Wait, are they both gingers? I thought her hair was just a light brown. I guess you could maybe call that like a strawberry blonde. I don't know. I'm very particular as what I consider a ginger. I would call that light brown, but maybe in Japan they don't know what red hair really looks like. They just think it's all like either this or like Mitsuru's super dark red. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. And if you recall from science class, the gene for red hair is a recessive gene, so you gotta have both your parents having the gene. They could just be carriers, but still. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying though, we don't know which one belongs to which. It could be that the kids like swapped around different sides, that the bald kid could belong to Gusto and the kid with hair could belong to Artie Frost. But I'm glad that we're finally getting this, so these kids' identities are going to be important. I think one of these kids, it could be Tabby Lloyd, that the kid is in disguise, is really a boy and is really much older than Tabby. I don't know. I want this to be important, and it looks like the game is finally heading that direction. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh? I guess, the police should have looked into it. We figured sometimes kids just vanish. It happens.
Message from Queen Katie, but please don't say that these kids are either Rosie or Alf Down. They were lovers. This is underage and wrong.
Well, I mean, okay, lovers could just very well be like puppy love. It could be just that they hold hands and, smooch like that or something, And they might not have been lovers when they were little kids. They grew up to become lovers. They're the childhood friends to lovers arc. Maybe they're much older than they actually look here. They just also have stunted growth. Maybe the two of them right here are like 15 or something. But thank you very much, the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Tiff. And Queen Katie. Thank you. I'm just trying to guess what their identities could be. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh?
Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense, because when I talked to them, one of them kept saying, "My dad killed your dad." Didn't know what it meant at the time, but now it's clear. It would. One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see.
That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Artie Frost kidnapped the kid. I thought the kid just didn't show up. So the kid with the long hair is Gusto's kid. Oh, the K's just assuming that. We could be wrong. I had assumed that Gusto had like kidnapped both kids because he's like, hey, I'm a kid and you're a dad. I want to kill you too. Just clean up the loose ends. I feel bad if I orphan the kid, but if I kill a kid, I feel a little bit less bad. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details. Wait, they had amnesia? Why? Because of the cold? They weren't. No, when we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. But we also don't know which one of the two kids it was, right? It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. Huh?
Because Japanese visual novel.
I guess. It's like when you die from being in a flashback in an anime or something like that. I guess. So I don't know if we're going back to the cross-examination. Are we did that count as presenting the evidence? But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Queen Gator says, you know that...
They didn't have amnesia, they had K-nesia.
K-nesia? Like, because K had amnesia. They had... Ah! I mean, it is kind of odd that they're double-dipping into the amnesia well in the same game. I mean, I feel like amnesia is such an overplayed trope in fiction that you got to be really careful using it. And so then to use it again, it's a bit much, unless the other one was supposed to like foreshadow this. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Quick said, you know that meme with the girl in front of a burning building? I just imagine that. Oh, like the little girl. I saw an article that was like talking about kids who were memes and where they are today or something that included that one, I think. Said like the one where the girl is smiling at the camera. Queen Gator with the timestamp 1:59:49, so I'm 35 minutes behind. Vera said, Guitar Man is going off right now. Crystal said, what do you mean, 2-hour mark? And then Oak said, my topic relies on Vero. I want to pull on favorite Transformer, but Vera and Logan aren't allowed to vote. Vero gets to pick obscure Transformers. Vera said, oh, bet. Queen said, Logan, I'm a doubter right now, man. For once, I don't have faith that you will finish the page in the next hour. Well, now it's the next half hour. Crystal says, Logan? Question mark, what? Oak says, what does the gaming PC have to be $3,000? I don't know. I just figured that it'd give me like a really good rig. The one that I got here when I first got it was like, I think it was like around 900 or something. It was kind of a cheaper one. It was not like fancy, but if I go like 3,000, then it's like I'll get a real good one for that, and then everything will just hum. It'll go so well. Oak says, or is it $3,000 or a secret gaming PC? I don't know. That's a good question. It's hard to give advice for Logan's computer because I don't know his criteria. Vera says, Oak, not wool of them are obscure to BH because self-indulgent. Oak says, that's fine. I wanted something not normal people would recognize. Vera said, sorry, autocorrect. Yes, Fireflight. Well, it's okay, no, because like when his toy was released in Combiner Wars, they lost the rights to Fireflight and they called him Firefly at the time. And so it works. It works. Oak says, because I did a similar poll a while ago and you weren't there. Vera said, should have made the poll longer. Oak said, so I just picked Transformers I knew. I just want Transformers that I didn't include in the first poll because and this is great. Vera said, I'm sad I can't vote Jalopy because Jalopy's a fan character. No, Jalopy, was a fan character, but now is also kind of I don't know, it's confusing. It's gonna be an official character named Jalopy. Maybe they're gonna change the name because there was a fan character named that. Crystal says, I voted Jalopy for you. Vera said, thank you, Crystal. Salute, salute. Vera with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Vera. Castle says, I only know Boulder from Rescue Bots partnered with Graham Burns, who shares a VA with Ash Fire Emblem 3 Houses, not Firehouse 3 Emblems. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I may also only have watched Rescue Bots because of my niece. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save, because I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I saw an episode of Rescue Bots once. It seemed like a really good, like preschool age children's show. Bubba says she was 16, I believe. Oak says Spoiler Chat is running around and doing the worm right now. Bubba says I can attest to that. Cypher says I return. Anything a note happen. Oh, Cypher, I'm finally going to be vindicated on my guesses that Artie Frost and Carmelo Gusto's kids are important. Over on YouTube, Thanatos says, yay, I'm like a poor Victorian boy starving, begging for food, aka my man. Toshi says, rise from the dead. Where's the Yuri? It was just hypothetical time travel Yuri. Toshi, I'm sorry, it didn't actually happen. But if Nora shows up, we have to convince her that it did happen, okay? Thanatos says, I suppose it's maybe trauma. Near-death experiences, especially those that happen in childhood, could cause repressed memories. And that is true. It's just odd that we're doing it twice. Although at least it's for different reasons. One was a hit on the head, and the other was the trauma. Thanatos says, I don't know, psychology is not my thing. Toshi says, it's not Ace Attorney if Maya didn't get accused and no one had amnesia. I'd like to think that right now, when she and Phoenix were over on the other side of the fence, she is getting accused of murder. That the two of them are having an adventure that we didn't see in any of the main games. That maybe we'll get a flashback to one day. They'll be like, one day we were walking past the Bigaga building and found a dead body. And Maya just like fell onto it and put fingerprints all over the body and like smeared the blood all over her face and strangely shouted, I just killed this guy. And the police thought she did it. It wasn't Gumshoe though, because he was like busy with Edgeworth or something. Let's see. Oak says, lots of lore drops. So you're here for the most important thing. We could have said this is what I meant by roller coaster, Logan. Crystal says, sigh. Okay, I should play the game then because we're in a roller coaster. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names. So did you name them, Canis? Did you name them?
Wow, so they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids?
If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes.
Yes, if what he told us is true, then what he told us is correct. Thank you, Edgeworth, for that brilliant logic. I can see why that's your superpower.
Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Canis, would you mind telling us what happens next?
I'm just glad that means that one of the two kids is the mastermind.
It's going to be Tabby Lloyd. Would you mind telling us what happened next?
Okay, so are we still in the cross-examination?
By all means.
Oh, wait, is this a new one? It's a new one! Okay, a new cross-examination.
The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison.
I wonder if maybe the pup was the one that he carved the dog-like chess piece for.
But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry.
It's also possible that the kid might have been a girl and Canis just didn't know that. Because like when little boys are small, they have high-pitched voices. That was always like an annoying thing if you're a little kid and you like answer the phone for your mom or your dad and the person be like, hi there, little girl, is your mom home? And it's like, I'm a boy. You know?
But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity. So I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things.
People from 12 years ago. So that'd be Excelsius. Well, Lagarde was there all the time already. Was Bronco Knight from 12 years ago? Hang on, was Bronco the other kid? Was Bronco adopted by... No, because Bronco was like local. They didn't bring their own people. He was from like a local security agency. 24? So it would have made him 12 years old at the orphanage. And 6 years old. That's still like really little though. I don't know. I guess like in that photo, he could have been 6 years old. And his hair is buzzed on the side and floofy up top. So he could be the one with the buzzed hair. So Bronco Knight is probably... Because the one with the buzzed hair wasn't tied up. And so we're assuming at the moment that means that was Artie Frost's kid. Because like we're going with Kay's theory that Artie Frost had kidnapped Carmelo Gusto's kid to prevent him from being able to taste stuff. So that'd be the Bronco Knight is Artie Frost's kid, and I still want to say that Tabby Lloyd is Carmelo Gusto's. Oh, and her hair does the thing. Because didn't Carmelo Gusto's hair like flare back? And he had like but it was like all dramatic. Yeah. So she's Carmelo Gusto's kid? The daughter of a murderer is a murderer. And it's either that that she's not really age 20 and she's not really a girl, or that Candace just couldn't tell because he was only hearing voices and her voice was really high pitched as a kid, like a little boy's voice would be. People from 12 years ago? You mean Lagarde winner and the president, I assume? Well, Warden Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time, right? And that's why Bronco Knight was in a chess correspondence with Canis. Because he kept in touch. So yeah. So Bronco Knight is Artie Frost's son. And Carmelo Gusto's kid is I'm sticking with it for right now, is Tabby Lloyd. Or is Sean Fenn and Sean's growth this time? No, because we already got Sean Fenn's real background. The Sean Fenn is the son of the president. Okay. Well, Warden Lagarde was in charge of the prison when he was an inmate this whole time, right? I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. Because you murdered President Wang, but they needed the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner too. Exactly, and not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. Why didn't you include this in your testimony? Wait, who's saying this? Is this Amelie? I don't know who this is, so I'll just say I'll be waiting in the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in front of the yard. I thought, oh, it is! Oh, because that's the wording from Amelie's phone call. Her voice. Her voice is gonna be like this. I thought you could meet him if you like. Even if it's only just this one. Because I don't remember what voice we gave her before. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where I'll pick a pie. And there he is with flowers. Oh, and the stuffed toy was probably a gift. It was a gift for the baby. Why are you giving the baby a recording device?
Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for somebody.
I know you are, President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. But please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I am employed to kill, which in this case means you.
No! Wait, this is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance, please. Just give me a few minutes longer.
Oh, do you think Candace, like, let him meet the baby? I mean, it sounds like no, but still.
I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no, an interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. This is a quote for him, by the way. I've even prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst.
That's got to be the recording in the doll, right?
And the son in question. It was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct?
How do you know he's got horns, Candace? You're blind! When we weren't paying attention, were you running around feeling everybody's heads?
Horns, you can see them?
Thank you, Kay. Thank you.
I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize.
What, was he using the bug?
So the president meant to tell the world about Sean and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Candace's word on the matter. Of course! We have something that proves he's telling us the president said his, the will, okay. I thought we were gonna present some, but I should still save anyway in case we're about to present something. I should read some more in the chat though. It's taken a long time to get this revelation. I hope we're gonna get it tonight. We got like less than 15 minutes. Do you think we're gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? Quiggy said, Logan, I'd like to say something. Please don't say that, oh, these kids are either Rosie or all fall down. They were lovers. This is underage and wrong. Again, not when they were kids. Bubba said, we should pin this. Good reminder. Quiggy with the timestamp 2:22:40. Less than a half hour behind. Quiggy said, yeah, lol. Every time he thinks these kids are Rosie or Alpha, I'm like, bro, that's underage dating. Lol. Crystal says, Quiggy and Oak, I'm sending something to both of y'all. Oak says, I don't normally like cake, but today I went out for dinner and got a little slice of cake because I felt like it for some reason. I'd like to think you were helping celebrate my birthday. Vera said, castle as in rook ride. Crystal says, laughing. Exist says, I love Queen so much. Queen Katie says, send a link on DM Discord. Bubba says, I was going to play with a friend. They said they'd be back in an hour. 2.5 hours ago. They're taking too long.
Can you scroll to the bottom of chat to see something really quick because there's something very important.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the 10 bits. Scroll to the bottom, scroll to the bottom. Nora says Athena made out with Cavell and I missed it. Yep. You missed it, Nora. You missed it. I will watch the VOD. I'm in Seattle right now. There are many mountains. Oh, I you know what? I was thinking just, relative to nothing, I might just private this VOD. I just might make it so that you can't check out the VOD. But it happened. Totally happened. Chat, tell her it happened. I assume that's what you wanted me to see, Oak. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Let me take a look over on YouTube. Let's see. Crystal says, one must have amnesia to be an Ace Attorney story. For real. Did it happen in every Ace Attorney? Because, like, obviously that was the starter case in 2. Is it in... there's got to be somewhere there wasn't. But there is always somewhere people are just, like, not telling you stuff for no reason. Pretending not to remember. See, Crystal says Bronco. Thanatos says Bronco Crumbs. Opinion says, what is your obsession with ages being fake in the game? I don't know, because like I want my guess to be right that Rosie Ringer is the kid, but the age doesn't line up. So if it isn't Rosie Ringer, then we got to figure out somebody else who besides Bronco Knight can be the other kid. So I mean, well, after I read these comments, let's take a look at the court record again and see if we can find somebody the same approximate age as Bronco Knight, okay? Toshi said Logan defending his theory is like a real AA fan. It's not about your knowledge of the law and evidence, it's about what you believe in. Jack says, perchance. You can't just say perchance. No, I love that. Perchance indeed. Thanatos says castle, as in the move in chess, as in knight, a chess piece, as in Bronco Knight. Indeed. So let's check these out. Let's see if anybody else has that same age. So Bronco Knight is 24. So let's see somebody else who is 24. Age 33. All Fell Down obviously died as an adult. Could not have been him. Shelly to Kill question mark. I mean, I guess it could be him. 68, 20, 25. No, they're not going to make someone from a different game be that person. Was I right that it's Simeon Saint? He was in my top 3 suspects before. So it's not Rosie Ringer, but it's gonna be disappointing because again, Simeon Saint's not in this group. And I also just wanted Rosie to be a bad guy. So it's gonna be Simeon Saint is the other kid. Simeon Saint and Bronco Knight are the 2 kids. Unless there's anybody else who's also 24. I mean, Gavelle is close. So is Lotta Hart. I wish it'd be her because then she'd be executed. So the 2 kids are Bronco Knight and Simeon Saint. Bronco Knight is the kid of Artie Frost. Simeon Saint is the child of Carmelo Gusto. The whole reason why I was kind of suspecting Simeon Saint before was because the whole thing with him delivering the chess set was like a little too... And they're best friends! They were best friends! That's why they're best friends, because they've known each other since they were kids when they lost their memories! So it is Simeon Saint! He was in my top 3 guesses! So Simeon Saint and Bronco Knight are the 2 kids of Artie Frost and Carmelo Gusto! I figured it out finally! I mean, okay, it took me way too long. And the game is like about to spoon feed it to us. But I got it! I got it! So the guy that we defended against a murder earlier in the game is turning out to be a mastermind of murder. And Queen Katie likes Simeon Saint. How dare you like a murder McMurderson? A mastermind McMurderson. Okay, we gotta get to the point though where it's confirmed. We gotta get this tonight. We're probably not gonna, we got less than 10 minutes.
We have something that proves what he's telling us, that what he's telling us the president said is true. The will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted it to my family to show us his belief in us after all. The name in the recording, the preparations he had made, and his will. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked. With the information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time. And Sean's true identity with it.
I'm here, you know, while y'all talking in front of me. Is it 'cause I'm wearing a red hoodie? I'm wearing a red hoodie just like the mastermind.
President Wang was more agile than I'd anticipated. He blocked my first knife and thrust with something soft. By the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, the next strike had hit its mark. So it was Canis who tore the horn off the Torosaurus doll. I was the only one present to hear his final words. He said I never really loved Amelie Fenn. Amelie, not Amelie. The one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup.
Rebuttal, oh, the last words were the things about, like, let me see my kid. The puppy die. Okay, you guys know the drill. We gotta save, and we gotta, I mean, honestly, we're like a few minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Maybe I should just catch up to chat and do this cross-examination next time. But everything fits. I feel bad that I spent so much time suspecting Sean and Tabby. But I do like that Simeon was in my top 3, so it's Simeon. It never dawned on me that Bronco Knight was the other one. But it makes sense because with the buzzed hair on the side. So it's the 2 of them. It's Bronco Knight and Simeon Saint. I gotta read some more in the chat. By the way, I should mention that this is still just a theory. So if people are like, by the time he gets this in chat, they'll have said it in the game, and type in stuff like that. Those things may need to be deleted by moderators if people are saying that. But let me read some more comments in the chat. Where'd I leave off? Fear says, booing you. Because Oak said K-nesia instead of amnesia. Oak frowning. Bubba says, I was thinking repression due to trauma exists. That is true. And that's probably more likely than like physical head trauma. Bubba says, I read that. Vera says, fair. Because that's the thing, like, if you got, like, clonked in the head hard enough to give you amnesia, you might have other brain damage. You might be, like, messed up for the rest of your life. Oak says, nowadays, if you get $900 computer, it can actually be quite good. Even better if you build it yourself, but that would be difficult if you aren't experienced. That's the problem. I'm not experienced. I mean, I guess I could try and get Clam to help me, but I feel like I've already relied on too much free labor from him. I need to, if I do it, I would need like a couple $100 to give him as compensation. Vera said, I don't know who mentioned Boulder, but W. Oh yeah, it was it, crap, who was it? Was it Castle? Was it Exist? Who was it that mentioned Boulder? Was it Mac? But somebody mentioned Boulder. I can't remember who it was. Oak said, a $3,000 computer is very overkill though. Having a kind of computer with only 60 hertz and 1080p monitor would be a massive waste. I guess that's fair, because like I wouldn't want to get a new monitor. Tiff says, Fire 3 Emblem House. Kugita said, I'm pretty sure people have died in Rescue Bots before. Wait, what? No, because it's a preschool. They don't even, for the longest time, they wouldn't even have Decepticons or supervillains. I think they have like one bad guy in it. But it's like preschool. I doubt anybody's died in it, right? Oak says, I think if you don't upgrade your monitor, the most you should need to spend is like $1,000 or $1,100 on a new computer. Okay, we'll take it down. We'll split the difference. $1,500 instead of $3,000, okay? Then that extra like $400 just in case of like taxes and fees, or if I don't know. Fear said, I would know. I'm barely a few episodes into Rescue Bots. I've been busy, lol. Oak said, because you can get more than enough performance at 1080p for that price. Technically my monitor is like 12. Was it 1280? Is that the number? I don't know. Fear said, but Heatwave is so fun. He's so, I'll say cranky. It's entertaining, because I don't know if that's a bad word. They have a new toy of Heatwave, Vero. It just came. I just saw it at Target the other day. I wasn't planning on getting it though, but it was there. I saw it at Target a few days ago. Quicket said, yeah, Rescue Bots is a ride for sure. Lol, it's like My Little Pony, yay, kids show. Wait, what's this lore? Well, was the My Little Pony show designed for preschoolers or elementary kids? Vera said it's pretty episodic. Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. I'm going to copy these over into my text file right now, because we're going to need to make use of these fairly soon here. Oak says, any higher, and you should probably play at 1440p, or at least have a higher refresh rate monitor. I would not want a higher refresh rate, because I've seen that, and it reminds me too much of when you have those TVs and they do the motion smoothing that like uses AI to add extra frames, and it ruins animation, and I despise it so much. So I'm fine with like a lower refresh rate. But I mean, the resolution, higher is always good, right? For more details, even if my eye can't discern them. Beer with Lurk says ice cream time. Enjoy your ice cream, Vero. Hope it's some good ice cream. Report back to us and maybe bring some. Crystal said, oh no, sorry. There we go. Queen Katie says, add quote, if what he told us is true, then what he told us is correct. Exactly. Queen Katie with the timestamp 2:41:41. I'm still almost 20 minutes behind. Bubba says, or she. Crystal adds a quote. Vera with the unlurk. Queen said, what flavor? Vera says, banana. Ooh, banana ice cream is good. Queen says, ooh, I'm jealous. Vera said, pretty good, honestly. Queen Katie said, I had banana ice cream bars. It was stellar, but they had to add coconut flakes. It was so bad. I'm sorry. Vera said, I hate coconut flakes. They're just bad. I like coconut flavor, but yeah, coconut flakes are usually just unnecessary, and they never make things better. Quiggy said, right, totally unexpected. It's like eating a brownie expecting smooth, but then there's chocolate chips. I don't mind the chocolate chips. I just don't like nuts, and especially not raisins in baked goods. And there's Nora said, Athena made out with Gavelle, and I missed it. Yeah, yes, Nora. Vera said, doesn't have flavor, and it's there for the bad crunch. Oak says, yeah. Vera said to Nora, yeah, a while ago. Vera says, Sean has 2 moms now. Nora said, I will watch VOD. I'm in Seattle right now. There are many mountains. And then Nora said, Logan, ... Oak said, it happened. Tiff says, 100% happened. Nora said, I have to say something about Katie told me to say because I was big brain. What? Exist says, laughing, I always forget all the mountains around these parts aren't normal. I do not live in Seattle, but I'm in a West Coaster and a mountainous area. I'm in a mountainous area as well. And it's weird because then when you go to like actual coast where it's just like the ocean and you realize that the skyline, the horizon doesn't have mountains, it's weird. It's kind of jarring until you realize what the cause is. Let me see if there's more comments over on YouTube. Oh nope, it's the same comments before, so I'll read some more on Twitch. I'm sorry if you're lurking. I gotta catch up to chat. We're past the 3-hour mark. I gotta catch up to chat. Oak says, what is it? Nora said, so Rosie and Alf being the crane and the turtle. What I told Katie was their outfits might allude to these things as well because Rosie was wearing all white when she died like a crane. Huh? What?
You got me thinking about who lost Scott Amnesia in Ace Attorney games, and I managed to count at least one in every Ace Attorney
in every game.
Played minus Investigations 1.
Well, this is a sequel to that. It's like the same game practically, right? I'll have to think, or if you can post those on Discord, I'd love to review who they are. Because like some of the games, I'm not sure, but there's got to be. You got, I mean, because like I said, you got the first case in 2. You got Lamerwar later on. There's got to be a lot more though. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero. But yeah, Nora was then continuing saying, wearing all white when she died like a crane. Alf was brown and blue, which shore turtles are usually associated with green, but they can be colors close in shade, such as types of blue. Well, and, or it could be like a sea turtle and blue for the water, maybe? Oak says, oh yeah? And Nora says, also another thing, since Romeo and Juliet, since Rosie was stabbed because Juliet stabbed herself. Wait. That's right, because the poison was fake, and that's how Romeo died of the poison, right? Yeah. Queen Gator said, I like that. You aren't being big brain, Nora. Pat yourself on the back. Queen Gator said, well, hey, I like Simeon because he's a cutie pie, but also a murderer. What else would I like Simeon for? Queen Gator said, 2:55:05, only 6 minutes behind. Like, almost to the second. Wait, actually, no. Almost 7 minutes behind to the second there. Queen Gator said, to be honest, if you really want to get the reveal for the kids, you could go overtime this once. They do the rest for next stream. I think I probably shouldn't go overtime too often. I have, especially not tonight, I have to be up extra early for work tomorrow. I do, and who knows how long it'll take. Quiggin said, this is the last testimony for page 4. ... Logan, I regret to inform you that there is Decepticons in the last few seasons of Rescue Bots, but they're redeemed though. Is it Knockout? Is he one of them? He'd be fun. That'd be nice. Oak says, honestly, I should look up who they are. Thanks for that heads up, Quinketty. Oak says, honestly, it'd be cheaper and better performance to pay Clam to build a computer. Maybe I should do, it's the labor, and he's so busy with his job and his kid. Oak said, wait, Logan, you have a 720p monitor? Wait, no, it's 12? 8, no, it's more than that. What is my monitor? I'm not sure. It's a nice monitor. It's an HP monitor. It's not 720. It's bigger than that. Nora said, so I have a pull-out couch for my room. There's bedding, right? Sometimes. It depends. Nora says the blanket is moist. I might sleep in my sweatshirt. Yeah. If it's moist from humidity or the laundry, that's one thing. Anything else is not good. Quinket said, Logan skipped a message for me, lol. He thinks I had banana bars with coconut flakes, not what I said. Oh, no, like banana popsicle bar thing, right? Isn't that what it was? Or did I read it wrong? I'm sorry. Tiff said, okay, I'm heading to bed. Good night, y'all. Bye, Fender, bye, Gumshoe. Thank you for being here, Tiff. Thank you so much for re-upping the sub earlier. We're going to be winding down fairly soon ourselves. So last call for raid suggestions. I mean, Crystal already provided plenty, but if anybody has any more. So thank you, Tiff. Good night. Nora said, I'm super smart now that I'm done with school. I'm going to the Pop Culture Museum tomorrow, and there's a new anime exhibit there. I'm excited. That sounds cool. Oak says 1280, 720, or 1920, 1080. Maybe that's what it is. 1920, 1080. Yeah. Sorry, it is 1080. I got it backwards in my brain. Sorry. Oak says unless it's like 4:3 or something. No, it is 1920, 10. It is 1080 then. And there, Crystal with the social there. 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 4 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, love it when something happens in a stream and it makes me start doing something totally different, but I forget why. Why am I looking at 5D chess with multiverse time travel? I have that on Steam now. I got it in a summer sale, I think, last year. I still haven't played it. I want to because it looks like fun. And then Crystal posted a link tree over there on YouTube. Yeah, so anyone who's lurking over on YouTube, if you see that link tree has all of our social media stuff. It has my Discord invite link, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I mean, you're already on YouTube over there. But feel free to check those out if you feel so inclined. No pressure if you don't want to, but we have a great community. I highly endorse getting to know and be friends with all of them because they are all fantastic. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a look at the raid suggestions that we have. Looks like the one with the fewest number of viewers is someone who's playing Minecraft right now, so we're probably gonna do some of that. So let me go ahead and copy this over here. But yeah, sorry that we're having to cut this off before the reveal of the kids, but I feel really good about this. I feel really good about that it is Simeon Saint and Bronco. I never even thought of Bronco Knight being the other kid. But it totally fits, and with the buzzed hair and the hair being blonde on top. That's why it was buzzed before, because if they drew a kid with blonde hair, then you go, oh, who else is blonde? Oh, Bronco Knight is blonde. But Bronco Knight still has like buzzed on the side. So I like it. I like it. By the way, speaking of horses, because he's a horse, thank you, Toilet Talk. I will say, but speaking of horses, I keep seeing memes from that new, what's it called? That new horse gotcha game, the horse waifu game that Queen Katie loves. About how apparently there's a character in that based on a horse that never won a race in its life, and so everybody wants to help that horse win. And there's also one that's like a superhuman, not superhuman, super horse strength horse. It's like gold something. I don't know, but it's fun. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start to initiate the raid. Start to populate that there. There it is, and Crystal already typed in the raid command, so I'm gonna copy that down to my clipboard right now. Oak said, yeah, 1080p is acceptable. I would have immediately had to purchase you a 1080p monitor if you had a 720p. No, I got it backwards in my head. Crystal said, yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, that looks good. I want to watch that on Netflix. Nora said, yeah. And it was Vero who did the raid message. Thank you, Vero. I've copied it in my clipboard. Quicken said, thank you for the very hyped up Logan stream. I am hyped now that I finally got it figured out. Vera said, thank you for the very chaos-inducing stream. Quicken said, see y'all next time for Metaphor. Waiting for Beat Up Luis, man. I still need to do the Coliseum stuff to prepare for that. Oak said, thank you for the very, children lore stream. It made me smile. Crystal said, thank you for the very childhood stream. Quicken said, pretty derby. It's about gold ship. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that one. I've seen memes of the two horse, the really good one and the really bad one. Vera said, the new horse gotcha game looks so fun, but I won't succumb. Quicken said, you're talking about Urara. I think, yes, talking about both of them. Quicken said, Urara's lore is so sad. Oak said, good night, everyone. Chris said, night. Exist said, good night, y'all. Nora said, night, everyone. Magpie says, good night, all. Good night, everybody. I love and appreciate you all. I missed you guys so much. Thank you for the kind birthday wishes. Thank you for everybody who's already submitted stuff for next week's birthday/1K follower celebration. It's not too late to submit more of those. Please do. All the details on Discord. Thank you for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing. Love and appreciate you all. Enjoy the raid. Have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you on Tuesday for Metaphor. Thursday, picking up where we leave off here. Enjoy the raid. Good night. Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, a few more comments on YouTube. Toshi says, thanks for the stream. Jack says, good night all. Thanatos, good night, everyone. Thank you guys over on YouTube as well. I'm sorry that I don't spend as much time in the YouTube chat as on Twitch, but the Twitch chat is just a lot longer. I love and appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much for always coming and hanging out. It means the world to me. You guys have a great rest of your night. Also the VOD watchers, yes, VOD watchers, YouTube watchers, and lurkers, good night as well. Were you playing some?